who want only to kick some U.S. butt and take home a king's ransom, the biggest purse ever in the demo derby sport. We're up next live on Motor Madness.
Well, if thing backwards, turn by backwards, 80 mile an hour, plowing into your rear end. When he's behind the wheel, he ain't got no friends. You better tighten up your seatbelt, don't melt. Better get ready. Ooh, that looks like it's stung. Congratulations, you just got your bell rung by Bondo Jones. Accident prone, torn in a Buick that was hit head on. He's a demolition derby man. He's all a wreck one car can stand.
Don't think of San Jose as just Silicon Valley. There's plenty of history, including this St. Joseph Cathedral, where if they're wise, demo derby drivers have come this week to pray for guidance. Welcome, everyone, to San Jose Speedway, the Intergalactic Crunch-Off, the most important and richest demo derby ever held. I'm Steve Evans, along with Dan Pastorini. And Dan, there are Super Bowl-sized butterflies out there tonight.
There sure are, Steve. And you know, the combination of having the playoffs and these preliminary heats and then ending up in the Super Bowl is putting a lot of pressure on these earlier performers, as we talked about earlier.
You know, also tonight, we'll look back at this remarkable season, bringing you the best crashes, fires, and rollovers from each of our regional championships.
And, Steve, let's remember that this event comes at the end of a full season, sort of an amalgamation of decimation, if you will.
Pastorini, you do have a way with words. The one thing that was common throughout the year was the fact that the crowds loved all the thrills, spills, and chills. Hits, smashes, crashes, wallops, and bumps. The wheel spinning, metal flying, T-boning, car crunching, engine munching, tire busted, paint peeling, body launching, wall snatching, rollover, fire burning, lug nut twisting, radiator thrashing, drive shaft twisting action. We had all season. And just when you know who started singing, it would start all over again. For a bit of a change of pace, we brought you the network premiere of stock car football. The NFL is trembling. They call this program Motor Madness, and you can't deny that you do have to be a little crazy to play this game. But you have to admit, it sure would be fun to be here tonight going for the gold. Most people have flashbacks. We have crashbacks. And, Dan, it has been a great season, 6 events so far, and this is the payoff, not only for TNN Motor Madness, but for the drivers involved today.
You know, Steve, being the wild cards like these earlier cars are going to be in these heats, it's very difficult because they're going to have to go against these fresh cars in the final. It's kind of like when we were with the Oilers, we had to heal our wounds before we made it to the championship game.
And Bobby Gerald is down there right now with one of those drivers. It's going through, I'm sure, some stress right now, Bobby.
Oh, there's no question about that, Steve Evans. The Intergalactic Crunch-Off has reached the San Jose Speedway, and as you guys talked about, 19 drivers are locked into the final, but there are still 9 drivers yet that will make it out of 3 heats who have a chance to get there. Gary Perry is one of them. And Gary, isn't that a little bit of a risk for you guys to even put up the entry money knowing that your car is going to be bashed up already?
Oh, I don't think so. I figure 80% of this is luck and 20% of it is skill, so we just take a shot at it and do the best we can.
All right, good luck to you. Now, as usual, guys, joining us down here in the Derby pit is, for my money, the funniest guy on television, Tim Wilson.
Most famous guy on television. When I think of Jack Jones, I always thought of the guy that sang The Love Boat, but trust me, folks, this is no love boat. No sandbagging, no crybabies. Number 66, Fast Jack Jones from Tulare, California. You're a motorcycle driver?
Yes, I've done that since I was 5 years old. I'm trying to change professions a little bit. It helps, but it puts a wrench in it so it's not so boring. I have a good time doing it.
What do you think about the fact that you may have to take a beat-up car in against a bunch of new, fresh cars?
Not a problem. Most of the derbies I do run is pre-derbied cars, so I just have to do my best.
Well, good luck, Fast Jack. I'm pulling for you. Steve and Dan.
Well, Fast Jack will also be carrying our crash cam into heat number 1, and I don't know if these guys are lying through their teeth or they really are that confident that they can challenge the best derby drivers from all over the country and Canada with beat-up machines. Katie Haas and Steve Burns are at the Motor Madness home base set in Charlotte, North Carolina. And guys, this is going to be fun, and I think the hardest hitting we have seen all year long because the big bucks are up.
No doubt about it. We're so glad to bring it to you. The Intergalactic Crunch-Off, San Jose, California. They've been working up to this all year long, so this is the big one.
Could you see the intensity in their eyes?
No, I couldn't.
This is the Super Bowl, the Masters, the NHL Finals. It's all that stuff all in one.
Yes, it is, and they are taking it very seriously. They're going to have to provide all the action from San Jose, but tonight we're also going to have a little bit of stuff for you. We're going to follow the Jakubowicz clan. They have traveled from Fredonia, New York, all the way to San Jose, California. It hasn't been a smooth ride, but they're going to be there for the World Series of Demolition Derbies.
And we'll take a look at some of our more classic moments from here in the studio on Demo Derby nights. We had some real classics, a little sumo wrestling, as you saw there, my particular favorite.
Yeah, boy, that was fun. Some of the gentle moments
Yeah.
will do that for you. We're going to get right back to the action in San Jose, but first, let's do a little picks. Get you a little familiarized with some of these guys that are driving. Number 70 is my pick for this one. The ones to watch, he is Mike Doyle Jr., and he was featured in the Reno show as last year's Western States champ, and they say he is the powerhouse on the West Coast. So let's look for Mike, number 70.
Maybe so, but I'm going with Deke Sherrill, number 100. Deke is 50 years young. He was a 1976 NASCAR state champion. He competed in the Astrodome in the world's richest derby, and he even won a new derby car. Now, Katie, his career spans 32 years, and he's won in 4 different states. That's strong.
These guys are
The
very,
Dikester.
very serious. But
That's right.
believe me, there's no aliens out there, even though it is called the Intergalactic Crunch-Off. They're all quite human. So let's take a look at them. Going back to San Jose, guys, take it away.
And, you know, no one has requested any of these Derby drivers put the TNN logo in their cars. They're just having so much fun with Motor Madness. They just feel it's something that they like to do. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll have our first event recap and a whole lot more for you. It seems hard to believe, but our season opener was way back in February in good old Bithlo, Florida. We'll be back to take a look at that action, the resulting controversy, and our first heat of this evening in just a moment.
The Grand Ole Opry's 72nd birthday celebration, Saturday on TNN. You're watching TNN, the Nashville Network. The songs are big.
When I said it would suit me fine if you were out of sight and out of mind.
The videos are big.
I know you were probably just acting polite, but you'll be sorry you ever asked why.
Big Ticket is big. You don't need to search high and low to see country's best and brightest. Turn on to CMT's Big Ticket. Tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central. CMT wants to give you the complete music video experience. It's the CMT Brooks & Dunn Be on the Scene Sweepstakes. One lucky winner will travel on location and be featured as an extra in an upcoming Brooks & Dunn video seen by millions of country fans. The grand prize includes a large screen TV, VCR, and a complete set of autographed Brooks & Dunn CDs, including their latest release, The Greatest Hits Collection. Watch genuine CMT Country Music Television for your chance to enter the CMT Brooks & Dunn Be on the Scene Sweepstakes.
Many of the Demo Derby drivers are hungry for culture, so they have visited the Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum. It's the only one in the world in a replica Egyptian museum, and you'll find it right here in San Jose. Right now, it is time for us to tell you about the first heat featuring these wild card drivers. The pressure really on them. There will only be 10 cars on a wide playing field, and they'll hit hard, including Joe Reyes from Castro Valley, California, his Chevy Impala, the 001 car.
Mike Doyle, number 70 from Dixon, California, 32 years old, driving a 77 Chevy wagon.
And Gary Perry of Sunnyvale, California, that's a 74 Chevy wagon. And in his first year, the 08 car, Mike Mahaney, but he's got a 62 Chrysler New Yorker, and they are brutal automobiles, borderline legal from San Jose.
A Charlie Morgan car, 001, age 44 from Castro Valley, Chevy Impala. Tim LaPointe, 20, from Vallejo, California, in a 75 Chevy Caprice.
And we got Adam Dye, number 24, Scotts Valley, California. That's a Chevy wagon, very popular. And Fast Jack Jones, we already met him. He's carrying the onboard camera.
And the oldest grandfather in the bunch, number 69, George Spencer, 69, from Santa Clara, California, driving a Chevy Bolero.
And definitely one to watch is number 70, Mike Doyle Jr. out of Dixon, California. He's won a lot of derbies, but this would be his richest payday ever.
And number 100, Deke Sherrill, number 50 years old, from LeGrand, California, driving a 73 Chevy wagon.
So that's the field of actually 1, 2, 3. Yep, we do have 10 cars out there. Here is our in-car camera. That's from 99.8, Joe Reyes, Dutch Holland, and 4 judges will be scoring points. Oh, my, they are hitting so hard already, Dan. They're not holding anything back.
No.
And often they do.
No, he got knocked through the barrier there. I think that's car number 70. I think that's Mike Doyle Jr. down there. They got, no, it was a 001 car. Charlie Morgan just got knocked right through the barrier right from the get-go.
And Fast Jack Jones, you see him screaming across the back there. That's car number 66.
Yeah, Jack just got stuck in the far corner over there.
Oh, is he vulnerable? Get out of there, Jack. Whoa.
That's not the place to be. You know, you wonder about the strategy, Steve. Are they going to play cat and mouse, or are they going to just go all out in the first part of here? But it looks like they're going all out. They're not going to play any cat and mouse at all.
There's the 100 car. That's Deke Sherrill with the stacks up through the hood to get rid of some of that heat. And also you can hear until the motor's running. There's the onboard Joe Reyes. Joe looking for action, and he finds some. The Chevy Caprice already looking like space junk.
We got a couple cars hung up down here, number 10 and number 70. That's Mike Doyle Jr. and Tim LaPointe.
For the 07 car, Gary Perry, Sunnyvale, California. And Gary told me earlier, a lot of this is deceiving. You can have a ton of sheet metal damage and still be competitive in that final as long as structurally the car's okay.
Well, it seems like he's got a little bit more sheet metal with that station wagon too, Steve. That should be an advantage.
They're calming down. Oh, my. Look at Fast Jack.
On the 69 car, that's George Spencer from Santa Clara. I think he knocked George out on that one. It looks like he collapsed his front suspension there.
This is the most animated first heat that we have seen in 6 shows. Watch Fast Jack. Up and over. Hello.
He's trying to get in there with Spencer.
Well, Spencer, he's just digging himself a hole.
I think he's going to be dead in the water here. I don't think he's going to get much further.
Wishing he'd weld those spider gears together for a lock differential, because there's no positive traction there. Well, Jack Jones, he has recovered. Boy, I'll tell you, he was over there in the corner pocket just like a wounded duck, but he's back out if he scores enough points. Only 3 now, only 3 will go from this heat into the final. There'll be 2 alternates in case the transferees can't get it done.
Car number 100, Deke Sherrill. He's getting a little aggressive out there himself. Ooh, there was a collision between number 70, Mike Doyle Jr., and Jack Jones. That was a collision of about 50 miles an hour, Steve.
Oh, indeed, an awful lot of smoke. That's just burning rubber trying to get out of the hole. 100 there, Deke Sherrill. He's playing possum a little bit. He's got to have to get out and get a little bit more aggressive, as is the 08 car of Mike Mahaney. Oh, and cutting a 4-way sandwich here is that 10 car of Tim LaPointe. Tim needs to get out of there in a hurry.
99A, Joe Reyes with our in-car camera is going to give us a good shot here. It looks like he's trying to avoid some collisions down there. He's banged up pretty good. He's coming around here on the number 69 car.
He's hunting. That looks like a gun sight sticking out of his hood, and he uses it on Fast Jack. Bobby Gerald?
Well, as we know, Dutch Holland's the demolition determinator. He's going to do the point scoring here and head up the judges. Who do you like so far, Dutch?
Yeah, Bobby, they're all doing a great job. Mike Doyle's way up in points right now. Joe Reyes, Tim LaPointe's up there real good, too.
All right, we've seen a couple of cars. The 08 car, I think, has been put out of business in this one, Steve.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. Yeah, he's parked and maybe not coming back. And once you wave off, once you say, hey, don't hit me anymore, you know, you give up, essentially. You can't get back into the game. You can't come back to the party, Dan.
No, that's the fat lady has sung, as they say.
Well, as number 100, that is Deke Sherrill tries to get some points with that black station wagon. We will return for more of heat number 1.
He's a demolition derby man. He's all the wreck one car can stand.
Motor Madness, brought to you by Quaker State, the quality your car deserves.
When it comes to choosing the right motor oil, let's make something perfectly clear. Introducing 3 new oils from Quaker State, specially formulated for the vehicle you drive. Synthetic blends for hard-working engines and high-horsepower engines. A full synthetic for ultimate engine protection. Extra filtered with patented micro-Q filtration to ensure your oil starts clean for a difference you can see and trust. So when it comes to protecting your vehicle, why take a chance? Quaker State. The choice is clear.
Ah, what a day. Whole family went down to the lake, including the dog. Seems like just a few weeks ago, she was too stiff to get up, much less run around. But then our veterinarian told us about Rimadyl, a breakthrough product that could help her arthritis pain. Help? She's like her old self again. Isn't that right, lady?
As with other pain relievers in this class, digestive and liver side effects may occur.
Everybody's gonna rock and roll. We're sending 4 cheerleaders to the Super Bowl. Participate every night. When you buy and drink Miller Lite, you could be the cheerleader we're searching for. You could be the cheerleader we're searching for.
Pepperidge Farm Sausalito. Mountainous, melt-in-your-mouth chunks of the finest chocolate. Baked up big with mounds of munchable macadamias. Craving chocolate chips? Reach for chocolate chunks.
Ticket, please.
Sausalito. One of the chocolate chunk classic cookies from Pepperidge Farm. Satisfaction is just one bite away.
Sausalito.
We are back at the Intergalactic Crunch-Off, and the car everybody is watching is the number 70 machine right there, Mike Doyle Jr., and that is the first time he has risked doing any front-end damage. Look at the back. He's used that battering ram so effectively, and the attrition is high, Dan.
The attrition is extremely high. We've got Charlie Morgan out, Gary Perry out, Mike Mahaney out, Adam Dye, Jack Jones, George Spencer. They're all out. It's between number 70, Mike Doyle, Deke Sherrill, and Tim LaPointe, and Gary Perry. These guys...
His dad never took this much damage in a figure-8 car. Oh, my. Hey, Tim Wilson, what do you think? That 70 car looks bad.
Hey, we're down here in the combat zone a little bit. I'm going to have to be careful. MJ, you know who hit you?
Yeah, the Gary Perry guy did. Gave me a good crunch. Real good crunch. Took me out.
Well, he's got you sitting up here on the dirt. I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to get back in this.
I don't know. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. We'll have to see. Hopefully we can, because I want to try to them Canadians.
Well, if you don't win the race, you'll win best beard. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's not a great place to be. Look at Mike Doyle Jr. Deke Sherrill, who Tim was just talking to, it was Doyle Jr. that stranded him up on that bank, and he did it absolutely on purpose. Bobby Gerald, that was a smart move, put that 100 car over the berm.
Mike Doyle's awesome, Steve. And, you know, this is the Intergalactic Crunch-Off. It's a race of all the champions. And I think Doyle is a guy who deserves to be there, certainly. He was actually the winner of the very first Derby. You remember last year, Steve, when we went to Reno for the very first time and started all this madness.
Unfortunately, that didn't qualify you for 1997. And let's remember, Katie Haas picked that 70 car. She's got away with this demo Derby.
Katie's got a winning streak this year, doesn't she? She seems to pick all the winners. Joe Reyes, our in-car camera, unfortunately, down there is dead in the water. Joe, there's our shot from Joe Reyes' car, but unfortunately, his car just had a little attrition. Number 70 is just driving one heck of a Derby out there. He's got some serious hitting going on, Steve.
And he's not done yet. Ooh, look at this. Is he going to use the front end? I think he is.
I think he is, yep.
He used the left front corner there. And here's another tremendous hit that he did. Let's have another look. Incoming.
Get out of my way. I tell you, that rear end of that station wagon is very strong.
Yeah, but look at this now. The 100 car has got the front end of Doyle car off the ground. And I tell you, there is nobody moving out there. There is not a car moving. Normally it is done on point.
Not so fast, Steve. Here comes, guess who?
Doyle.
Yes.
And who's he pushing?
Number 100.
So I think these two have got to be prime. We're not the judges. Remember, Bobby Gerald, what do you think? What's the Determinator think?
Well, the Determinator's got an awful lot of checks by number 70, Mike Doyle. Have you seen a performance like this in any of the heat races before yet, Dutch?
Not in the heat race, Bobby, but I've seen him do this in the main many times.
Mike Doyle is the man right now. No question.
So nobody is moving. Well, no, every time I say that,
Don't ever count him out.
no, Doyle just keeps picking on that 100 car of Deke Sherrill.
Well, he sits there and he's hung up. He's actually driving Sherrill all over the track here. He's trying to get loose, but he can't. He tries to back out, and he's still hung up in the rear end of the 100 car, Deke Sherrill.
There's a line there, but folks,
I'm not going to touch that.
Warm blood is
I don't think I
running down
meant it
my
quite that way.
throat. Now, I'll say it again. Mike Doyle can't move. Oh, he's trying, though. Oh, and he is still barely. Oh,
There we
there's
go.
bullets running out of every orifice.
The checkered flag.
Oh, that's 77 Chevy Wagon. I tell you what, the crowd is definitely behind Doyle. And Doyle, he knows. He knows.
He knows. There's no question in his mind.
You know when you're MVP, right, Dan?
That's right. And he's definitely the MVP here.
Okay, we'll be right back to talk to Mike Doyle about his amazing performance and how he assesses his chance in the richest final ever. Stay with us on Motor Madness.
This man driving and there ain't no lie. He's legally blind in his good eye. He can't see much, but he can smell the kill. So you better not get caught standing still.
I'm the best bleach.
I'm the best bleach.
I get rid of tough stains.
I get rid of tough stains.
I get rid of dingy gray film.
I get rid of dingy gray film, too.
I brighten.
So do I. And I work on colors.
Say, how do you do that?
Clorox 2 Color Safe Bleach does what Clorox Bleach does on whites, but it's buffered to do it safely on colors.
Every color?
Red, blue, greens.
Clorox 2 Color Safe Bleach. The Clorox bleach for colors.
When it comes to choosing the right motor oil, let's make something perfectly clear. Introducing 3 new oils from Quaker State, specially formulated for the vehicle you drive. Synthetic blends for hard-working engines and high-horsepower engines. A full synthetic for ultimate engine protection. Extra filtered with patented micro-Q filtration to ensure your oil starts clean for a difference you can see and trust. So when it comes to protecting your vehicle, why take a chance? Quaker State. The choice is clear.
Whoa, big fella. That's not what skillets are for. Come on, move those paws.
Denny's has these big new breakfast skillets starting at $3.99.
Like the tasty farmer skillet, the garden fresh skillet, and the meat lover skillet. Right up your alley. Now, what have we learned?
It's better to eat from a skillet.
Right.
Then hit you with it.
Ouch.
The aluminum in your car radiator is as thin as this sheet, and it's the only thing between you and a breakdown. But Prestone Antifreeze bonds with aluminum, forming a zone of protection against corrosion and temperature extremes. Protect your car in the Prestone zone. And also, check out Prestone Low-Tox Antifreeze, specially formulated to give an extra margin of safety around pets and wildlife. Prestone Low-Tox. It's extra protection in the Prestone zone.
Hello? Oh, we're at the Winchester Mystery House. Built by Sarah Winchester of the famous Winchester rifle fortune, she began this house in 1884 and was convinced that spirits were telling her that if she ever stopped building, that she would die. So she built a house with 160 rooms, and they built for 38 years, 24 hours a day. There's doors that go nowhere, doors that open into walls, staircases that just stop at the ceiling. There's all kinds of crazy stuff in this maze. She passed away finally, so I guess somebody must have taken lunch. But this maze is making me dizzy. There's got to be some cheese in here somewhere.
You know, I think Tim could live very comfortably in that house. It kind of suits his personality. Right now, let's go down to Bobby Gerald and find out how that personality Mike Doyle Jr. is feeling. What a performance.
That was a big-time performance right there, Steve. We haven't seen a domination in a heat race like that in a long time, Mike. Congratulations. You are the winner on that one. Yeah, shake my hand. That's all right. All right, tell me about the damage to your car and how competitive can you be in the final?
It can be pretty competitive. We got a lot of fresh cars in the final, so, I mean, you know, got to use one. I can be halfway as good as them, and I'll just use some driving skill. We got a bent frame rail real bad here. You can see the lower's bending and the arch is already bending, so I won't be able to use this side too much. Most of the drivers out here will be looking at it and know where to hit it, so I got to try to protect that side of it. But the rest of the car looks really good. I'll have a, you know, good chance, I think.
Well, as we said, we think that Mike Doyle deserved to be there, and he is in the Intergalactic Crunch-Off, Tim Wilson.
I'm with number 100, what used to be a 73 Chevy station wagon. Deke, you came in second on that one. Son, you got a lot of work to do to get this one ready to go up against a bunch of new cars.
I'll be lucky to make it in time, but we're going to work hard and try. And then try to win the main event if we can. We don't know if that's possible. We'll be in there trying.
Well, you got hung up. We got our bulldozer about ready to drag us off. Good luck and good luck in this final.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Let's take a look at the top 5 coming out of heat number 1. You well know Mike Doyle Jr. is there. Deke Sherrill. Tim LaPointe picks up that final transfer position. Gary Perry and Joe Reyes will be the alternates in case the top 3 there can't make it. And you heard Mike Doyle Jr. say, I've got a bent right frame rail. Everybody watching knows that. They'll come out and pick on me. It's like if you know the right side of the line is not as good as the left, you tack the right side.
That's right. You know, if you got sore ribs, they're going to go after your ribs, and they're definitely going to go after his right side. There's no question about that. Deke Sherrill, I think, is going to have a tougher time coming back for the final. But he's going to be okay. You know, so we need to, let's take a minute to crash down memory lane to the first event of the year, Steve, the Gambler Bass Boats Florida Free-for-All. These guys were the only ones sleeping anywhere near the Orlando Speedway in Bithlo, Florida. The rest of the population jammed the stands to witness an automotive fistfight of epic proportions. Our season got off to a big bang as drivers from as far away as Kansas showed up for a derby filled with madness and mayhem. The fierce hitting in the Gator State set the tone for the rest of the year. No room for debutantes in this debacle. As the battle wore on, the locals were confronted with carpetbaggers from the state of Illinois. Men who were later charged with not playing by the rules. Imagine that. Someone trying, perhaps, to cheat in a demolition derby. Regardless, it was Vic Whaley Jr. of Coulterville, Illinois, who took the day.
Everybody in Coulterville, eat your heart out.
Cheaters or not, the boys from up north took home the prize. Let's get their side of the story. And Bobby Gerald is down there to do just that. They've made their way all the way here from Illinois. Bobby, Vic Whaley, Kevin Huggins, and Richard Yokel. And how are they feeling about their trip to California?
Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Vic Whaley, you're all the way out here to California now, and you've had probably the longest wait to get to the Intergalactic Crunch-Off. Can you do it tonight?
I think I can. I got a good helper here, Kevin, and I think me and him out there together, we can pull it off.
All right, now Richard Yokel's down here. He finished third. Kevin Huggins, who finished second. We'll talk with Kevin now. Kevin, there was a little bit made about you guys maybe extending the rules a little bit at Florida. Did you?
No, it was the guys from Kansas, wasn't us.
All right, but you would never do anything like that, would you?
You go out there and look, we got the few, the proud, the legal cars. That guy that won the first heat there, he wasn't legal.
Oh, really? So a little controversy here already tonight. Now, Richard Yokel, you finished third in Florida, and these guys came from out of state to take your Florida money. So maybe a little rivalry within the rivalry, huh?
I'm here just like them to have fun and hopefully be in the money.
All right. Well, we wish you good luck, all three of you, in the Intergalactic Crunch-Off tonight. Let me ask Vic Whaley one more question here. And, Vic, what did you think Doyle's car was illegal there in the first heat?
I seen a lot of Chevy wagons run, and I ain't never seen one that didn't bend like that.
All right. So there it goes. There it goes, guys. Already a little controversy. They're stirring it up.
I don't think there's anything legal in Demolition Derby. Stay with us, everybody. When we come back, we'll have heat number 2. Can it possibly surpass number 1? And we'll show you a car set that, well, didn't go like it was quite intended. Hey, remember this guy? Hoss Wise driving clean through a 60-foot trailer? He's one of our heroes from '97, a man of whom the Wright brothers might have been proud. Yeah, right.
We were drinking so much juice, we were always running out. Till Mom found Welch's juice makers. It's a concentrate, but it's not frozen. Now it's easy to keep lots of juice in your pantry. And easy to make, too. Just pop, pour, and add water. You'll find them with the bottled juices. Now there's 3 new flavors. Each one's 100% juice. Glad Mom stocked up on Welch's juice makers.
For the aches and pains and sore shoulders of life, I keep Tylenol around. I have forever. But headaches are different. For headaches, I use Excedrin. Because Excedrin relieves headaches better than Tylenol. Well, how do I know? Well, they have reports and medical research to prove it. But you know what? I really don't care about all that. I use it, and that's how I know it's better. I use it.
Excedrin, the headache medicine, also available in gel tabs.
5-4 go.
It's time for the Miller Lite News and Notes. The Winston Cup Series has this week off, but the teams have been busy.
Yeah, boy, several of them were the Ford teams. They stayed in Talladega, and they're testing that brand-new Taurus body for next year because the birds are out. The Tauruses are in.
Katie, some other teams are in Atlanta preparing for the last race of the year. The big news is the teams are running 10 miles an hour faster than they did in March. The track has been reconfigured. There's a dog leg now. I even heard that some of the drivers are running wide open all the way around the track. In fact, Bill Elliott ran over 190 miles an hour.
191 miles an hour.
He was flying.
I heard
He was
that.
flying.
He was flying.
But meanwhile, the NASCAR Busch Series and the truck teams are in action in Fontana, California. Qualifying was this afternoon. The Busch Series guys are at it right now, but we do have the truck results.
Yeah, look who's on the pole, a guy who some Winston Cup teams have their eye on.
Yes,
Mike Bliss, there he is on the pole. Starting second, your points leader, Jack Sprague. Lance Norrick is there. Third, Kenny Irwin, your buddy. What's his name? Brad Daugherty?
Brad Daugherty.
All right, in number 4. Rich Bickle, who's second in the points, starts 5th. Joe Ruttman's in there. Bob
Keselowski.
You say it beautifully. Look at Ernie Irvin, 8th.
Ernie.
Rick Crawford's in there, and Jay Sauter also ran out the top 10. And look, Jeff Woodine's son, he is number 11. Barry Bodine will start 11. And this is the first time these trucks have ever run at this track.
Exactly, and the Busch cars. There's lots of racing action on TNN this weekend. It's my favorite sponsor, the North Carolina Sweet Potatoes 400, the ASA guys in Kenly, North Carolina. That's at 1 o'clock Sunday here on TNN. Then it's the Revell Nationals from Dallas, Texas. Quarter-mile action is the NHRA at 5:30 p.m. Eastern.
And that's not all. 10 p.m. Sunday night is the Manheim Auctions All-American 400 from the 5/8 mile track in Nashville, Tennessee. Proud to bring that to you. Now, if you want to catch up on all the latest racing action and all things country, you can check out TNN's website, ExperienceCountry.com. It's your personal source for all things country, from race cars to country stars. So connect to it soon, Country.com.
Are you dialed in on the internet?
I've never done it in my life, sorry. Why do you have to bring up these personal matters? Sorry, I'll get wired someday. I'll get connected.
But we're going back for more Demolition Derby action momentarily.
Big tease.
Big tease.
They call me the Intimidator. When I'm cooking, I'm unbeatable. Give the folks what they came for. Give them their money's worth. I'm friendly. Just don't cut in front of me.
Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride.
Hi, I'm Travis Tritt. And I'm John Forrest. And he's singing. And he's driving.
Burning Thunder, October 27th, 10 Eastern on TNN.
Check it out.
All the mirrors in my house were like from here, and what do I need to see the rest of my body for? I was fat. I decided to change my life. I lost over 50 pounds on the Slim Fast plan. The energy went through the roof. Shake for breakfast, shake for lunch, delicious. It's the only thing that worked for me.
With 23 vitamins and minerals, protein, calcium, fiber, all the balanced nutrition like a healthy meal.
I know I look good. That's the confidence that I have now.
Slim Fast, balanced nutrition for a healthy life.
I know I love it.
sleep deprivation. 70 million Americans have experienced it, but you don't have to. Try Maximum Strength Sleep and All Soft Gels with the sleep aid preferred by 7 out of 10 doctors. Sleep and All Soft Gels help you fall asleep fast.
Experience Country.com, your personal source for all things country. From race cars to country stars. Connect to TNN and CMT with music bits and video clips. Country.com, your personal source for all things country.
Uh-huh.
You
Look
put
what
your
he's trying to
snacks down.
hide under the desk. A big old bag of potatoes.
Those are your
for dinner.
chips.
No, they're not my
I
chips.
got fruit. I'm being healthy.
Actually, these are his flowers. Congratulations to you and your lovely wife, Karen, on your 5th anniversary.
Thank you very much. But here's the bad news. She's in California at the Busch race working, and then she's going to see Jimmy Buffett tonight with Todd Bodine and Mike McLaughlin.
Oh, no, you got
How's that work?
That's a
Look at
bummer.
that.
No, well, you know what? Brooks and Dunn and Reba are playing the Coliseum here in town, so why don't you and Cindy Rich go to that?
Can you get me in?
She's single.
All right.
Yeah, I can get you in. I'll get you right in there. So anyway, let's do our ones to watch. Going back to the demo derby, the big intergalactic crunch off, and by golly, I was right the last time, wasn't I? Wasn't that bad? I'm too tough, ain't I? So
Yeah,
here's
right.
my pick this time. I'm going with number 41. This is Tom Chivers. Now, he is the 96 World Champ Truck Derby winner, and he's a 4-time winner at the Santa Clara Fair Derby. That's the same track. He knows this place. Look out, number 41.
My pick would be number 88. There he is, Ken Howett. Now, he's carrying the baton for his father, Darrell, who I understand is retiring or is retired. And Mr. Howett placed 3rd in this year's Western States Smash-a-thon to advance to the big show.
I can't believe he's such a sentimental old fool. Well, that's wonderful, though. Let's go back. Steve and the guys. Toss it over.
Hey, Katie, Steve, it's not an early Halloween shot from Northern California, just the painted faces of the Canadian national team supporters. There's only 4 cars, but 40 of their friends, family, and fans have made the trek down to the Bay Area. And next week, they intend to spend a whole week just sightseeing and spending those $7,000 they plan to win tonight. But let's go right down now to Bobby Gerald and talk to some of the competitors in our second heat.
Steve, check out this high-tech air cleaner. That is part of a Folgers can. I think that's what it is. And here is Chuck Faulkner, the driver of number 44. Chuck is like the rest of these guys. He's a wild card trying to get in there. And, Chuck, I understand you're usually an official at demolition derbies. Is that right?
Yes, I am. I work for Doug Holland, and our season's over. It ended Fresno last Sunday, so this is my turn to get out here and play with the other guys and give some of the guys a black flag chance to get even with me and just have a good time.
All right, well, have fun. Tim Wilson, I think that this guy just took the Beard of the Night award away from your guy.
I'm over here with the unmarked car, I guess. Deputy Sheriff Willard Sleepy Warden, number 382. You handle K9 police dog?
Absolutely. I work for the K9 partner, best partner in the world.
Why do they call you Sleepy?
In high school, we used to have hot rods. I tended to fall asleep under them when we were working on them.
Well, Sleepy, you're going to have to give somebody a wake-up call here in about 30 seconds.
Well, we're going to give it our best, boss.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Nobody has ever called Tim Wilson boss. Never. And Paul Smiley Siebert, or Sleepy Siebert, will be carrying our in-car mounted up on the roof with the very best look over the rear trunk lid, because that's the armor. That's where they like to hit from.
And, you know, although our emphasis has been on demolition derbies, we never passed up the opportunity to make your Friday nights a little bit crazier. In the Orlando area, they have a strange method of urban development. Want to tear down an old trailer? Call a guy named Haas.
X marks the spot where Haas is going to come through the wall. Now, some people might think that this trailer is empty. That's not the case. Haas, there are a lot of obstacles inside this trailer for you to overcome. Tell me about what has to go right.
All right, well, the first obstacles are just past this wall right here. In the bathroom, we have a bathtub and the commode, and we want to make sure our tires and wheels don't hit that, throw us over, make us do a rollover inside the trailer.
Precisely 52 miles per hour, and he has to be at the perfect angle over to the right. Here he comes, guys.
Well, Hawk is inside there somewhere. You heard the big boom. Talk about the best laid plans of mice and men. In spite of his best efforts that Florida evening, Haas looked to us as though he never had a chance.
Boss, you're all right. You didn't make it as far as you wanted to, though.
No, like I say, that the bathroom was a problem, and I didn't have the speed, I don't think, so we'll try it again another day.
Even in adversity, Haas was smiling, knowing that somewhere down the road, there was another trailer waiting to welcome him into the living room.
Oh, boy, we did love the Haas. Make all the crash walls out of porcelain. It apparently gets the job done. Stay with us, everybody. We're going to come back after some quick messages with heat number 2, the dynamite cab included. It couldn't pass number 1, or
he was a man on a mission. Out of turn 2 he came. He saw, he fell short. Caught by the commode, his dreams went down the drain.
Life on land is dry. So pack your bags, because your mouth is going on vacation. Book your shrimp adventure, fried, scampi, and the destination of your choice for $9.99. Right now at Red Lobster, because life on land is dry.
My crew's acting a little tense. Thought I'd loosen them up a bit. Hey guys, is your work guaranteed? Lifetime guarantee? What do you think this is, Dale? That new GM Goodrich Service Plus? Smart guy. Select GM dealers now give you a lifetime guarantee on parts and labor, plus upfront pricing, plus courtesy transportation. New GM Goodrich Service Plus, like they say. The plus means better!
Call for the Select GM dealer near you.
First, it won a U.S. patent. Then the incredible Splitfire swiftly ignited the passions of drivers around the world. Now you can get guaranteed Splitfire performance for just $3.99. Hurry, it's the biggest savings ever.
Hey, Parquet, what's the word? Better. Better? Aren't you supposed to say butter? Better. Butter. Better. Look at how you melt. Just like butter. You really do taste better.
Butter. New Parquet. Now the flavor says butter. Even better.
I'm looking for you in the audience. Where were you, Daddy?
Just a reminder, Cambridge Day Planners can organize your business as well as your personal life. The Cambridge Day Planner, a great way to plan your entire life.
Heartburn at this hour is a nightmare, but the minute I take Maalox, I know help is on the way.
1 minute Maalox. Clinical studies prove Maalox starts to work on stomach acid in about 1 minute, while Pepsid AC could take over 45 minutes. So count on 1 minute Maalox.
Motor Madness, brought to you by Maalox. For heartburn or acid indigestion, count on 1 minute Maalox.
Hello? What camera crew? Wyndham Hotel, San Jose, California. Boy, that's the best sleep I've had in years.
Good morning. Open, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Resty. That's good coffee.
Thank you.
This Wyndham staff sure knows how to treat a guest.
It's better, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Abel. Cleveland.
Don't forget your microphone, Mr. Wilson.
That's service. Thank you, April. Who dressed me, anyway?
Your mommy, Tim. Your mommy. Oh, boy. The irrepressible Tim Wilson. Well, number 41, hoping to get it done here in heat number 2. And his kids certainly giving him a lot of support.
You know, stop number 2 landed us in the Peach State for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Dixie Crash Fest in Atlanta, Dixie Speedway in Atlanta. And it wasn't for Grandma's famous cobbler, Steve.
The next convention of Crunch took place in March under the lights of the Dixie Speedway in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Dixie Crash Fest. The fans were pumped for a night of action, and they didn't have to wait long until things started to come apart. Hey, exactly what is supposed to happen at a derby, right? And talk about hitting.
You would have thought we were at a cowboy steakhouse with all the T-boning going on. Then there was the grudge match. Last year's co-champions Ronnie Rojo Jones and Alton Ames faced off to determine who was the best man standing. It was the automotive equivalent of high noon. And then it was to the final, and what a war it was. The boys from the Battle of the Bulge had nothing on these guys. Anyone who saw that confrontation understands why they call this sport Demolition Derby. Well, here's the top three from that Dixie Crash Fest. John Purvis, Terry Fannin, and Larry Stats. And Bobby Gerald is down there with one of them. Bob?
That's right. I've got a couple of them down here, Steve. I've got Terry and Larry. But here's the confusing part. This is Terry, but his name tag says Elmer, and I'm getting really spun out here. What's the deal with that?
Oh, a buddy of mine gave me that nickname about 25 years ago, and it's kind of stuck.
All right, now you're in the Intergalactic Crunch-Off, the big final here tonight. Do you think you have what it takes to beat all the rest of these guys?
Oh, I don't know. We'll find out. Best man win.
All right, Larry, you finished third, Larry Stats, at the Dixie Crash Fest. So, you know, a third-place finisher, what do you think about your chances?
It's just as good as anyone else's.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Simple as that, guys. A couple of guys from the state of Georgia that apparently don't have a whole lot to say, but they're going to do some crunching out here tonight.
And the competitors from heat number one are already back there, including Mike Doyle Jr., trying to get those machines ready, and they've got a fair amount of time to do it. You know, when you talk about hot summer nights, you might conjure up images of porch swings and fat girls that don't sweat too much.
Jeez, Steve.
Well, maybe not that. On the other hand, any Motor Madness viewer knows we're talking about a flaming fandango. It was Doug Rose and his green Mamba jet car that lit up the Atlanta night while turning a hapless sedan into molten scrap. If you've ever had a car that provided more consternation than transportation, you might want to give old Doug a call. This type of recycling represents a very satisfying approach to junk disposal. Doug Rose in many ways pioneered the jet dragster that are still very popular on an exhibition basis in NHRA drag racing. Very popular here right now, according to the fans in the stands, are the cars lining up for heat number 2. And I promise you, we will have that the next time we return to the San Jose Speedway.
Yeah, the boys gonna snap you, they're gonna sideswipe you. Better call Prudential, they're peeling you off the wall. You're gonna need a differential and a Tylenol.
I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking.
Okay, you don't have to tiptoe around that beautiful wood floor anymore. Just pledge to take care of it with Pledge Wood Floor Cleaner and its muscle of polyurethane. It helps protect against scuff marks and scratches like no other wood floor cleaner.
Yeah, I'm walking.
So go ahead, walk all over that floor. Just pledge to take care of it with Pledge Wood Floor Cleaner. Bessie Johnson Wax.
On Mondays, the Wilsons always wore blue. On Tuesdays, they always played pinochle. And on Thursdays, they always ate Chef Boyardee ravioli. Until one Thursday, a can of Superiore ravioli accidentally dropped into Mrs. Wilson's bag. Superiore had a redder sauce, firmer pasta, and plumper ravioli. In fact, it's the taste people prefer. They love the taste so much, they now eat it on Fridays wearing checks. Superiore from Franco-American. It's not what you're used to. It's better. Now available in family size.
The Colonel's Crispy Strips and Spicy Buffalo Crispy Strips are boneless, all-white meat chicken good for any time. And for when you have no time at all. Now get 3 crispy strips, 2 sides, and a biscuit in this month's $2.99 to-go meal.
Splitfire spark plugs are performance.
With Splitfire, it's money-back guaranteed performance. And guaranteed performance has made Splitfire a winner around the world. Now we're ready for you with the biggest savings ever. Hurry, this pricing ends soon.
Mix 1 packet Hidden Valley Ranch with 1 stick soft butter and spread over 2 loaves French bread. Grill. Dive in. Hidden Valley Ranch. 1 packet, endless possibilities.
October 29th, he redefined auto racing as we know it today.
You're talking about one of the greatest race drivers in the history of automobile racing.
The Life and Times of Darrell Waltrip, October 29th, 8 Eastern on TNN. October 28th, he was the king of stock car racing.
200 wins. Nobody will ever win 200 races, not 200 Winston Cup races.
His philosophy, lead, follow, or get out of my way.
It didn't make any difference who was going to win the race, and they was looking for second place.
His one desire, to win races. And that he did.
In those days, Richard Petty was all by himself.
He was number 43. The Life and Times of Richard Petty, October 28th, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on TNN.
This is the scene live at San Jose Speedway, the Intergalactic Crunch-Off. The three transferees from heat number 1 valiantly trying to get those cars back together for the final. Earlier, this was the scene as the Canadian team made their entry into the pits. And Dan, it was spectacular.
It was spectacular. They're here to send a message. They want to take home all the bucks, and they want to hurt some Americans.
Their supporters tried to out-yell the Yanks, but they were outnumbered. And the Canadians dream of demo derby action someday being an Olympic sport, if only demonstration.
Once they get it back to Canada, I think they're definitely going to consider it in the future. Let's go down to Bobby.
And he is with the Canucks.
Oh, that's right. It was a mad scene earlier in the pit area, guys. Here is Ewan Huey McDonald, a 15-year veteran at whipping up on Yanks. Right next to him, Darren Chorney. Darren Chorney, the 97 champion of the Canadian P&E Derby. Then we've got Mike Gordon. Mike, two-time Canadian Bash for Cash Grand Champion. That's a fierce-looking guy right there. Sean Edward, number 174, the Canadian Bash for Cash runner-up. And then Terry the Wildman Weaver, who coordinated this whole effort to bring Team Canada here. Now, let me ask Ewan, have you gotten under the skin of the Americans yet?
Well, Bob, after that wonderful introduction by the Americans when we came in, I'm hoping our cars are tough enough and we're going to do the job tonight that we can put a little competition in there and bash them up.
All right, have some fun out there.
All right, we're going to enjoy ourselves and watch it. The throttle's going to be down, and we're going to be having fun. And hi to my kids, Malcolm and Samantha.
All right. Good-natured fun, I think. Tim Wilson, between the Canadians and the Americans.
Well, I tell you what, I hate when these Canadians come down here and mess up our Coke machines with their quarters. I think if Canadians are going to come to a derby, they ought to have to drive Canadian cars. Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
I'm down here with the American drivers. The reaction to this, Joe Tomaszewski and Rick Jakubowicz. I'm talking to an American team, and I can't pronounce their names. How do you feel about these Canadians coming down here saying that they're going to kick our butts?
Head back north, eh?
Never. Never seems to be the word, and I'm going to continue to try to be able to pronounce these people's names.
Well, if the Canadians want to make peace, all they'd have to do is bust out a case of Molson's when it's over. That'd handle that. Here we go. The lineup for heat number 2, Tom Chivers, San Jose, California. We know how tough that man can be.
Number 88, Ken Hoat from Napa, California.
And number 44, that's Chuck Faulkner out of Dixon, California, with a Ford T-Bird.
Paul Siebert, 25, out of Lakeside, California, driving a 70 Plymouth Fury.
And number 7X, Roger Whaley. We know he's from Modesto, California, but that's about all.
And the youngest guy at 20 years old, Clayton Worrell from Woodland, California, driving a Chevy Impala.
And out of Hollister, California, number 28, Brian Rodriguez. You can tell by looking at him, he is a young guy in his early 20s, and he's got a brutal automobile, though, a 78 Chrysler.
And number 76 from Los Banos, Anthony Leonard, driving a Rambler.
A Rambler?
A Rambler. Unheard of.
And they're going to start them a little differently. Maybe that first heat scared off some entries because I'm looking at 7 cars and there should have been 10. But here we go. The Determinator says this is a green flag.
You know, it looks like there's a little shiny surface down there, Steve. I think they put a little water in the track to slow them down a little bit from that first heat.
And also starting them widthwise instead of lengthwise, they couldn't hit quite as aggressively on that first smash. Ooh.
It will have a tendency to save your barriers.
Yes, indeed.
Number 382, we forgot to mention him earlier, Willard Warden, out of Redwood, California, driving a Chrysler Cordova.
And our in-car camera crash cam is with the zero call, Paul Siebert.
Number 20, Clayton Worrell there took a heck of a bump. I think it was from 382, Willard Warden.
Oh, and the 20 car.
That's our boy Clayton Worrell.
That's him.
He's in bad shape there. He's getting sandwiched.
Clayton is only a bridge now between two other cars.
I don't think he's going to be able to go anywhere with those wheels 3 feet in the air. He's kind of a sitting duck right there. And here comes 382. Here comes the replay, hopefully, on number 20 here. Here he comes. Here he comes. 382. Oh, he got under the wheel, popped him up. That's a good hit there.
It was a good hit, but I think these guys also saw the damage that the transfer cars got in that first heat, and they're not going to do that. They're not backing down, don't get me wrong. They're just being a little more careful, and with only 6 cars out there, get a little more room to hide.
Well, you know, poor Clayton Worrell is kind of a sitting duck there. There's radiator fluid coming out of his car. His rear wheels are in the air. He can't go anywhere, and these guys are just teeing off on him. Number 382 is going to get his hits in so he can make it to the final.
That's right, the 44 car, Chuck Faulkner, his motto is just win, baby.
And he's going to do it.
And from our crash cam, you can see that Paul Siebert is finished. Paul Siebert is sunk.
I think our friend Clayton Worrell is too. The number 28 car out there, Brian Rodriguez, is going around in circles. He's playing a little cat and mouse.
You know, every once in a while, though, you can get hung up like that on a berm or on the top of another car. And maybe a friend of yours, oh, it is scary, maybe a friend of yours will come along and help you out by knocking you off.
And that's just what happened there. Clayton Worrell's trying to get out. He's coming after the 382 car. No, he's missing the 382 car. He's dead in the water. Now everybody's starting their strategy here. We got them going to all corners of the field. Here they come. Number 28. Oh, right into 41. Tom Shivers out of San Jose, California. Oh, we got a sandwich over here against the wall, Steve.
Oh, that was brutal. Unmerciful.
That was Chuck Faulkner. And again, at least our buddy Clayton Worrell was not bashful. He's in the fight out there.
Oh, man, but he took him right to the wall. That hurt.
There's another one. There's a barrier going south.
Okay, well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars still moving. We'll let you know who wins this thing when we come back to San Jose.
The demolition derby man. He's all the wreck one car can stand. And every woman here is...
Introducing new Lever 2000 Pure Rain Deodorant Soap. The cool deodorant scent is so invigorating, you can't wait to get close. But new Pure Rain also has moisturizers for skin that feels better and makes you want to stay close. And nothing's more invigorating than that. New Lever 2000 Pure Rain, the refreshing clean for all your 2000 parts.
They call me the Intimidator. When I'm cooking, I'm unbeatable. Give the folks what they came for. Give them their money's worth. I'm friendly. Just don't cut in front of me.
Well, we're back at the Intergalactic Crunch Off. 41 Tom, born to Derby Cheevers from San Jose, has the crowd roaring because his Winchester auto machine is still moving.
Number 88, Ken Howard out there is not doing a bad job, Steve. He just rear-ended 2 cars there during our break, unfortunately, but he's kind of up and running and being real aggressive right now. Look at this. This is 41 again. This is Tom Shivers. There's that 88 car in the background just went by. I guess it's kind of hard when there's not as much traffic out there. You take aim on somebody and you can't zero in on it.
Yeah, they're creating a lot of hatchbacks out there right now. Brian Rodriguez, number 28. Oh,
that was
41. Shivers just took a shot there.
Number 88, Ken Howard from Napa, California, in his Pontiac station wagon. He was one of our ones to watch out of the studio.
Tom Shivers loves to stroke his trophies.
I'm not going there.
No,
I'm staying away from that.
Polish it, maybe. There's the 88 car. He's going to be running Ken Howard. I'll tell you, this is going to be a tough one to score. Doyle Jr. was so dominant in that first heat, but there really has not been a totally dominant car here. Chivers comes the closest to it.
It looks like our in-car camera, Paul Siebert and Clayton Worrell, are dead in the water.
But Paul Siebert, Giro, Smiley's going to get you. Is not going to get you today because he has just sunk and proved to be a less than adequate camera person, unless, of course, we want to use that for a different angle. And I have to tell you, see some of these drivers wearing sunglasses. That's very important right now because the sun is just going down. It's about 5 minutes to 6. You look off to the west, and it is extremely bright. Well, you can see the sunlight going right in there. You know, all the safety equipment, boy, with that beard burn. Chuck Faulkner once shot himself in the leg practicing quick draw. Now, why would you admit that to anybody?
I believe I'd have kept that to myself.
It's like when my buddy Dave McClellan shot himself in the foot, and he called his wife, and she said, "You weren't wearing your new shoes, were you?"
Okay, looks like we're getting a little cat and mouse going on. Is 382 out of this? I think he's dead in the water, too. We got to remove him. So we're down to 44. Chuck Faulkner. We got 28. We got.
And look at the 44.
88. Yep.
Look at the,
yep.
Man.
He's
that
limping
becomes
around.
A fun ride, you know? Virtual reality.
That's our buddy Chuck Faulkner, the beard.
This is road rage taken into a safe and sane situation. Okay, here's a replay coming up for you, complete with effects. Oh, man. That blow to Brian Rodriguez, front end number 28, that probably took the radiator out.
Yes, it did. He's done. We got 3 running, 41, 44, and 88. That's Chuck Faulkner, Tom Chivers, and Ken Howard.
You know, even though, like Willard Ward in 382, you could not be moving and still be in the top 3 if you scored a bodacious amount of points and impressed those judges earlier on. Right, Bobby Jarrell?
That's right, Steve. I don't think that's the case.
Nah, I don't either.
With this 382, but that was a nice way to throw it down to me. So here is Greg Yerudia, who is a supporter of Willard Warden, and you guys have made up the sign here. You're fired up about TNN coming to San Jose.
Yeah, we are. We really like to come down to San Jose here, and we watch Motor Madness all the time, so it's just a great place to come. It's a nice day, and we're wishing our guy Willard on.
Did Willard score enough points there at the beginning to maybe have a chance to move on?
Well, we hope so. The car still looks good. It looks as if the starter went out or something, but he was in there. And
so it looks like he's all done right now, I think is what Greg's trying to say, Steve.
And a big-time suck-up from Greg. 41 and 88.
Our last two.
That's it. They're just kind of doing a little line dance over there.
You know, I'm looking down on the field. If we can get a shot at number 44, Chuck Faulkner literally has driven the wheels off his race car. He has no front wheels.
And there it is.
Yep.
Free towing, Chuck.
Careful of that beard, Chuck. A lot of smoke in that car.
Oh, man. There's not much to save on that one. Let's go down to Tim Wilson. Tim, this is a little different personality than heat number 1.
I'm down here with the Demolition Determinator, the walking boss, the man himself, Dutch Holland. Dutch, it's kind of hard to tell who's winning this one. What's it looking like so far?
Well, Tim, looks like number 41's pretty well got it handled real now. And 88's coming in second. Real close.
Well, you got to give a guy points. Number 44 is driving not on the rim. He's driving on his brakes, Dutch. Come on, let's give the guy a break, will you?
Well, he's already down for 3rd place.
Fran, can I get you to overrule him on this?
No, he's right.
What Dutch Holland says pretty much goes.
Always wanted a wife that said that. How about you, Dan?
Yep. Fran is the first lady of Demolition Derby. Did you know that?
Absolutely she is. The Earth Mother. Ken Howard ran derbies with his dad for hundreds of years. There's the 88, the Dynamite Cab. Still in there, and I bet that is your 1, 2, and 3. And the checkered flag is out. The gravity-challenged lady has sung.
Well, number 88, I don't know. I got to go with Howard. I think he won this match. Shivers is more beat up, and 88, Howard is a little bit more healthy, it looks like.
Remember, there's 4 judges, and they divide the surface off into quarters, and then Dutch is kind of the tiebreaker and the determinator. Everybody crawling out. You can say they've really done a lot of modifications to these cars to make them safer. In this part of the country, you can do that. Every association seems to have different rules, but we think the safest derby cars are the ones on the field right now. Stay with us. We'll be back with the winner.
It's the Demolition Derby man. He's all the wreck one car can stand.
Circle will be filled with some happy demo drivers, especially one. And his purse will be swelled by $1,000 from Crane Cams and an additional $1,000 from B&M Racing and Performance. And those 2 companies have been along for the ride throughout our Motor Madness Demo Derby season, all 7 events, and we appreciate it. Also, gift certificates paid down the line, and all in all, it's going to make for the biggest payday ever in this kind of motorsport. And also, there's going to be some gorgeous trophies that are really custom automotive art. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a shot of those because they are really something a little bit different. Well, we're out of that. There she blows. They're still cleaning them off of the field here after heat number 2. Let's take a look at the top 5. Dutch gave us some determination as to who they might be. Tom Chivers. Hey, I can't disagree with that. How about you, Dan?
Well, I kind of thought that Ken Howard, his car was in a little bit better shape. I thought he'd get the nod, but, you know, the judge, he's better. He's better at it than me. Ken Howard finished number 2nd, and 3rd was Chuck Faulkner, car number 44. And let's go down with Bobby and the winner.
Well, the winner, Tom Chivers, car a little bit worse for wear. He's blown the radiator. He's got himself a flat right front tire, but I don't think too much of that's really worrying you right now. You should have plenty of time, Tom?
No, it'll take about 10, 15 minutes to change that. This hot rod was running good the whole time.
And Tim Wilson's standing by with our 2nd place finisher. You guys had a heck of a battle.
Yeah, we did. That wagon right there is pretty tough.
Tim?
Hey, we got a good story brewing here. I'm with number 88, Ken Howitt. Ken, you got runner-up on that one. Now, your father, Darrell Howitt, was one of the winners at Reno, and he is already in the final, and your car is still in good shape. We got a father versus son final for the money. Who's going to win it?
Well, I hope, since this is his last Derby, that he wins it. I hope it gets down to the very end where it's him and me, and we can battle it till the end and make a good show at the very end. But this is all for Dad this time. He's going to put the last show on, and I hope it's the good one.
Well, I like old Darrell. Tell him he still owes me a quarter.
That's right. He found a quarter for you last time. You're getting all kinds of money from him, huh?
Well, Darrell's one of the ones to watch, and I guess now, Ken, you're one of the ones to watch, so get out there and put it on your papa.
Hey, we're going to try as hard as we can. Thank you.
We're going to make that a Canadian quarter, Tim. You can screw up your own vending machine.
You know, Katie has been 2 for 2 tonight. She's doing too good.
It is absolutely uncanny. And Chivers said he can have that hot rod, as he called it. It was hot, all right. Ready to go again in 10 minutes. He's going to have plenty more time than that, but, oh, well.
You know, when you think about demolition derbies, you naturally envision blue jeans, T-shirts, and attitudes not ready for prime time, except in Wichita. There the bar was raised. Courtesy was the watchword for the evening, and culture was in the air.
Recognizing the true blue blood nature of this sport, we arrived in our best bib in Tucker. Only problem was most of the bibs were part of overalls, and Tucker turned out to be a guy with a 73 Chevy. And some of the drivers did not understand it was black tie that was optional. Apparel notwithstanding, the folks in Wichita put on a demonstration of destruction that would have made the Wicked Witch of the West proud. The fat lady, who understood the dress of the evening, sang her heart out. Romance was in the air, and Tim Heffley of Claremore, Oklahoma, took the checker. What an evening to remember. It was certainly one I will never forget. Tim Heffley won it. Jet Fromholst and Rob Bacon. Right now, Bobby Gerald is down there with one or all of those men who have driven a long way to be part of this evening.
I have all 3 of them down here. Tim Heffley, Jet Fromholst, and Rob Baker. And look at the trophy that these guys are all trying to win tonight. That's going to be first place for the Intergalactic Crunch-Off. And Tim Heffley, you have a shiny new driver's uniform on, and you look like you are ready to take home that trophy, are you?
We come down here for business. I mean, this is, you know, some guys might not think that this is such a big deal, but it's this is where it's happening. This is going to be it. You know, the guy that leaves here is going to be the king.
Now, I could see going from the tuxedo to a nice uniform like that, but take a look at my man, Jet, here. Jet, you broke out the bibs for us tonight. You're all dressed up.
I got the best ones I could I put on.
Nice job. Can you get it done tonight?
I sure can. We're going to go out there and we're going to hit this as hard as that guy in the first heat there, and we're going to really make some smoke.
All right, and Rob, the 3rd member of this trio that we saw at the Classical Crash in Wichita.
Boy, Mike Doyle certainly got their attention, didn't he, from that first heat? That's who he's referring to, and that's art, all right. That will go to first place, and courtesy of some local business people that I just turned the page and lost. JBW Performance, Inc., and we thank them on behalf of all the Derby drivers. Shine that up. I think he's going to own it, huh? And the trophy chrome plating provided by Totally Polished in Newbury Park, California. And everybody pitching in to make all this happen. Trophy parts and welding by JBW Precision. And we're going to go back to Charlotte right now. And Katie Haas, do you have a crystal ball? Do you have some kind of a black magic going here or what?
Well, I've called the Psychic Network before I got here tonight, and no, I got some good help at the track, I'll tell you that. Boy, this is fun, man. We're doing all right. You got 1 and 2. Got to give Steve a little credit.
My boy Tim Heffley there.
We had the backyard bash.
That's right. He's the guy that rang your bell.
I rang his bell right back there, big girl.
That's not what he said. But anyway, we got more of our ones to watch. We'll see how to do with those, plus more news coming up. Stay with us.
Dear Mom, camp is rough. Being out in the wild sure makes a kid hungry. But the sandwiches we got just aren't enough. It makes me homesick for you and a hot bowl of Campbell's tomato soup.
Nothing turns an ordinary sandwich into a hot, satisfying meal like rich, wholesome Campbell's tomato soup.
Mom?
I brought you something for those sandwiches.
Wow, tomato soup. You're the best, Mom.
Campbell's makes everything
better.
When it comes to choosing the right motor oil, let's make something perfectly clear. Introducing 3 new oils from Quaker State, specially formulated for the vehicle you drive. Synthetic blends for hard-working engines and high-horsepower engines. A full synthetic for ultimate engine protection. Extra filtered with patented micro-Q filtration to ensure your oil starts clean for a difference you can see and trust. So when it comes to protecting your vehicle, why take a chance? Quaker State. The choice is clear.
Next time you have them over, make the Joneses drool. Taste what's next. Pork, the other white meat.
They call me the Intimidator. When I'm cooking, I'm unbeatable. Give the folks what they came for. Give them the money's worth. I'm friendly. Just don't cut in front of me.
And welcome back, everybody. Little business to take care of.
Really?
This week's Fan Cam winner.
Yeah, man, we got some great stuff to give away. We appreciate all the mail, and we need all we can get. We got a lot of time on our hands, so please write. This week's Fan Cam winner comes to us from West Springfield, Missouri. It's Bob Napolitan. Did I say that right?
You got it right.
It's kind of like
Very
the ice
good.
cream, but not exactly. So, you know why he won this week? Why he wins the Motor Madness sweatshirt?
I give up one.
Because of this stuff. Look what he sent us. Oh, my gosh, look out.
It's big. That's going to leave a mark.
Yeah, well, it was actually West Springfield, Massachusetts. Sorry, I don't know where I got Missouri. It just popped into my head for some reason. It was that psychic network scene. But anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Napolitan. And I messed up his name.
Napolitan.
Whatever, Mr. Hand,
Mr.
we
Napoleon.
appreciate it. You're going to love your Motor Madness sweatshirt. Wear it with pride. Now, what else we got?
Viewer mail.
Oh, that's right. We got
Lots of viewer mail.
yeah, this one is from John and Kiki Hill. They're from Newport News, Virginia. Now, they want to know how the pit road speed is set at different racetracks. And let's go to our expert on hand. Well, the only guy we got here, actually, is Steve Burns.
Well, yes, Katie, the answer would be there is no specific pit road speed at the racetrack. Here's how it works. It's completely under the discretion of the Winston Cup director, Gary Nelson. Gary will set a safe speed before the race. You're seeing footage here from Charlotte a week or so ago.
What they do is the pace car will take out the cars in 2 groups. They'll check their tachometers, look at the RPMs, and that way they know not to exceed the speed limit when they come down on pit road. And I tell you something, Katie, that's a great idea. It's really made things safe on pit road. When I started covering it in '85, guys were coming down there in a hurry.
Yeah.
But now it's much safer. It's a great rule.
There have been some horrible accidents.
It's fair for everybody.
But since then, it's really tapered off. So thanks for the question. We appreciate it. If you have some fan cam stuff or viewer mail questions, we just send them to us. They're both the same address.
Or roses.
Yeah, mail or something to eat, too. Mail to us at TNN Viewer Services at 2806 Opryland Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37214. The viewer mails people, what do they get? A NASCAR Thunder cooler.
A cooler.
A cool
There's nothing in the cooler. But
well,
you got to take care of that themselves.
Right, he scoped it out, cleaned it out. But we'll get it to you in a nice shape anyway. All right? What's next? Just testing him. We've had actually a lot of exciting action during the demo derbies all year long. And on these nights, there have been plenty of action around here in the studio, too. And in case you missed some of it, well, here's an embarrassing package from kind of a thing. We thought we'd get a classic meal to go with our lovely attire tonight, and that's what they're doing back in.
Speaking of begging for
boy,
food.
I'm queen of the derby now.
Thanks a lot, Antoine. Yeah, bye.
Okay, fine.
The Vichy Soir and the Petit Pois.
Yeah,
and all
where's the
that.
Vichy Soir?
Antoine, bring in the
All right. What's the last thing?
Papa Pizza.
Paul, have a Tierra.
Play something a little there for us, Paul. Here, heads up. Oh, and there was Katie throwing the basketball.
That's your buddy
Me and Brad Doherty. Peanuts, M&M's, the snack of the night went everywhere. Brad was nervous.
That was heartbreaking for me because I wanted those M&M's. And Brad Daugherty.
Now, I'm dominating Brad right here. See, I thought about dunking on him right away.
You know, I think he was asleep the whole time.
It went in.
You know, his Kenny Irwin driver is doing so well in that truck series, man.
I dominated him right there.
Yeah, right. We got some more goofiness. I know you're thinking about that sumo fight we had. We'll show a little bit more of that. But gosh, we've got to get back to those demos and our ones to watch. Come on up.
On Mondays, the Wilsons always wore blue. On Tuesdays, they always played pinochle. And on Thursdays, they always ate Chef Boyardee ravioli. Until one Thursday, a can of Superiore ravioli accidentally dropped into Mrs. Wilson's bag. Superiore had a redder sauce, firmer pasta, and plumper ravioli. In fact, it's the taste people prefer. They love the taste so much they now eat it on Fridays wearing checks. Superiore from Franco-American. It's not what you're used to. It's better. Now available in family size.
Hey, Frankie, want some Danish?
No, man, I already got it.
Complete bran flakes.
Mm-hmm.
What's something wrong?
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah?
They took me off ladders. I eat lousy. I haven't been working out. I'm not a rookie anymore. I gotta do something.
Thousands of people have started turning their lives around with 4 little words. Kellogg's Complete Bran Flakes.
I guess you're gonna toss that.
No, I'll give it to the rookies.
Kellogg's Complete Bran Flakes. It's a start.
Welcome to Psychic Talk USA.
Have you given any ideas to going into business for yourself?
Yes, how did you know that? Yes.
She's a psychic. Is there someone from your past that you're still thinking about?
Yes, someone in the past. I'm shocked. No, really, because, I mean, I didn't think you guys could see all that.
They saw, honey, deep into your closet. He's dependable. He's all those things all those other guys you had weren't. Go get him. This would be a good one for you.
This is great. I'm so glad that I called. I feel so much better.
We're going to give each and every one of you who calls this number 10 whole minutes of one of the best psychics anywhere. This one's free, folks. So write this number down and just do it. Does she have children?
One daughter.
A gorgeous little girl.
Now, is she modeling or you? Because I keep feeling there's a modeling.
Oh, you are so good.
Call in now. You won't be put on hold or get a busy signal. Everyone will get to talk to their psychic for a full 10 minutes. This one's free, so don't miss it. Dial right now.
Call 1-800-332-0376.
October 29th on TNN. Your favorite celebrities from Nashville, NASCAR, and Hollywood prep on the red line in the fight against diabetes.
Very groovy, very cosmic, very scarce.
Join Mark Colley and his friends in concert and on the track for an all-star hour of music and mayhem. The Mark Colley Celebrity Race 97, October 29th, 10 Eastern on TNN Salute the Motorsports.
No,
put them down.
Okay, usually we have a bumper. Sorry. We're back here, and Getting ready to go back to the demo derbies, the big intergalactic crunch-off, the big Super Bowl of the demo derbies, and I'm doing pretty well on my picks, okay? So I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to go this time with number 8. This is a guy, he's from San Jose. He's Jim Blackwell. He started when he was like 15 years old. He's 49 now. I made that up. And his family have been running in derbies. They've been running like since 1952, so he's got a lot of experience, a lot of help. He going to do it, number 8, Jim Blackwell.
Yeah, well, check this out. Number 91, Tim Jacobs. He prefers to go by Bubba. He guarantees a win.
Oh, sure.
He once took a chainsaw to his house and cut it in half after arguing with his wife. Don't get him mad
He's a
because
psycho.
he's going postal.
He's nuts.
Those are not my potato chips.
I can't believe they let him in this race. I'm sure he's a wonderful guy, a real sweetheart. Let's go back. Steve, have you met this chainsaw guy? I mean, you know, did you make that up?
Cut a house in half.
No, I can't.
It is absolutely true, but let me give you the flip side of that kind of a story. All year long, we've seen lots of surprises in this very family-oriented sport, but none more pleasant than the driver of the 42 car, Rick Jakakobitz, got earlier today.
Yeah, Jason qualified in Crunch-Off in Hamburg, New York, August 8th, I believe it was, and he came in third, and he put on a hell of a show.
Are you disappointed that you're not able to drive?
I'm ready to cry. It hurts me really bad because I've been racing for 20 years, and I'm proud of him.
Good deal. Well, maybe you can take home a lot of money.
Yep, we're open.
Rick, you're driving tonight. Happy birthday, giddy up!
You guys are something else.
Hey, Rick!
How'd you do that? Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.
Rick Jakubowicz, we got you earlier today, didn't we?
Yes, you did. My whole pit crew got me. They held another secret from me, and I didn't even know it for 2 weeks straight.
You had no clue?
No clue at all until I went by the car there, and I didn't even know it then.
Now the fun's over. It's time to get serious. Are you able to get serious?
Yeah, I am. When you get down on the track and you put it in reverse for your first hit, you got to get serious. And it all comes down to that there. All the fun happens before and now on the track, it all means business.
He has a pit crew 11 strong, and check them out. They've all got their Intergalactic Crunch-Off T-shirts made up, and they are ready to go, Tim Wilson.
Hey, I'm sitting down here with the most insane man in Demolition Derby, Tony Caglia. You're a grave digger, and right now you've got sort of Dale Earnhardt's pit crew trying to get a tire on this car.
I see, baby.
Where did you lose your tire?
Over there in the third turn. Come around the circle.
You lost it coming into the track?
Yeah. I hit that ground right there and jumped over the thing, and it was gone. That was it.
Well, we're going to see if they can get it on in time, if they don't knock me out first. Good luck, Tony.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Let me get down here and help.
I want to say hi to my son. He's right there, Jimmy. And hi, Mom.
Hey, they're sending a bulldozer after us.
All right.
Good luck.
You talk about a good attitude. That's his card out of the lower right-hand corner of your screen. In fact, they've already got a piece of equipment. There it is. They'll just pick him up and dance him around, I guess. I don't know, Pastor Eddie.
I don't think Tony's going to have he's playing real hurt. I don't think he's going to have a good time. Our in-car camera is card number 36, and that is
Tim Palacios.
There he is. And now, let's shuffle off to Buffalo and check out the action.
The third stop on the 1997 Championship Tour took us up to the Erie County Fair for the Great Lakes Car Wars, a very unique action-oriented event that featured feisty little cars weighing less than 2,600 pounds that brought a whole new meaning to the word hatchback. They also proved the old adage, where there's smoke, there's fire. Lots of fire. Fortunately for us, the fair also played host to the Firemen's Parade. So over 50 fire departments were on hand to keep things under control. Yes, it was a hot time in Hamburg, New York. And the three lucky winners, well, they needed their victory champagne to quench their thirst and put out all remaining fires. It was a warm night in Buffalo. Joe Tomaswowski finished number 1. David Clemens, number 2. Jason Jukabowicz, the son of Rick, and the 98 car was 3rd. And I believe they're all down there again having a reunion with Bobby Jarrell.
That's right. The guys from the Great Lakes Car Wars at the Intergalactic Crunch-Off. I don't know about this whole space thing, but here is Joe Tomaszewski. He was the winner of the Great Lakes Car Wars. David Clemens, who finished 2nd in that one. And David scores points with me for having a sprint car shirt on. And then Jason Jukabowicz, who finished 3rd. Let's talk with Joe. Joe, you're one of a very small group that have actually won events earlier this year. How much pressure is on you tonight in this Intergalactic Crunch-Off?
Quite a bit. A lot of tough cars, California cars, obviously, and they're Southern, and they're pretty well set up. It's going to be a tough show.
And it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Good luck to all 3 of you gentlemen. Tim Wilson?
Hey, when a jack doesn't work, bring in a front-end loader. This gentleman right here just put a brand new tire on Tony Caglia's car. Looks like we're ready to race. That's all 6 lug nuts. They're on backwards. So good luck with it, Tony.
I'd like to thank Nick's Cafe, Plumbers On Call, everybody that helped, Jack, me, my son, everybody. Love you. Come on.
Thank the bulldozer man.
Tony Caglia is, as they say, up.
Fired up.
Game. He is ready. You know, what if you took a stock car and you made a big 600-pound ball? Well, we'll show you some of that when we return.
Today, people who didn't send the money Western Union and the heartbreak it caused. What happened, Alex?
My cousin Richie was getting married, and the night before he calls me up. He lost his wallet, and he can't pay for the tux.
And?
I went to the overnight delivery place.
Do not send cash. It says right here on the envelope. Do you want to see the wedding photos? Yeah! Here's Richie and his lovely bride, Faye.
Hey, it's your money. Use Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
A scrubber sponge
is a scrubber sponge.
We asked these women to compare the SOS scrubber sponge to their scrubber sponge.
Oh, it's a different shape. It is thicker. This point here where your finger is cleaning those little corners of a glass.
The SOS scrubber sponge.
You believe it when you hold it.
Heartburn on the run is the worst. I need relief, and fast. Good thing I've got Maalox tablets.
And only Maalox chewable tablets have the same ingredients as liquid antacids. Tums doesn't, Rolaids doesn't. So count on Maalox tablets for fast relief.
San Jose, California is the center of the technological universe. And you by now know what a genius I am, so I wanted to stop here at the Tech Museum, a place where kids can have a hands-on experience with computers, robotics, technology, you know, a lot of technical stuff. And this exhibit shows us that even in the 21st century, we're going to need rolled-up newspaper. Shoo! I wanted to stop at the Tech Museum and get my little girl something at the gift shop that would push her mind on into the 21st century, something that would make her more of a technologically minded kid. And I came up with these. Boy, I can smell those test scores climbing.
That is an 8-year-old in a 34-year-old body. Tim Wilson, indeed. Nobody does it better. And there's some guys that they like Tim Wilson, but I think they're more the Dan Pastorini type.
Don't touch the sweat. Don't touch the sweat jokes, please.
No.
Bubba.
These were the winners. This is your heat number 3, rather. The last before the richest demolition derby in history. Randy Skinner, Martinez, California. Car number 71, Ed Richter, Redwood City, California. P-52, a bomber.
And number 3, Tony Caglia, who had that tire trouble earlier from San Jose, California. And number 8, Jim Blackwell from San Jose.
And continuing on is Jose Aon, number 22 from Modesto, California. And Tim Palacios from Vacaville, California. He'll be carrying our crash cam. And you got to be rooting for the family all the way from New York that pulled off that incredible gift of the car to Father Rick, number 42. And 91, Tim Jacobs, a local boy out of Redwood City. I mean, the Jacobs came all the way from New York. Michelle Field, well, she's the Michael. I'm sorry.
It's Michael.
It looked like
it's
Michelle.
Michael. It looks like Michelle.
Natural mistake, I think. Let's go down to Tim.
Hey, if you can see behind me here, Tony Caglia is smoking already. Barely has a tire on the left front, and his mind ain't right to start with. So if this man makes it through this race, we got to give him miscongeniality or something.
Yeah, Tim, you would recognize somebody whose mind wasn't in the right place. Oh, man. A little later on in the show, we're going to have some highlights of the year, some of the Tim Wilson zaniness that we've all come to know and love so much. And we have got, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 vehicles. Well, about 8 1/4 vehicles, and they're going right after him.
They didn't waste any time. That's Rick Jacobowitz from Fredonia, New York, went right after poor Tony Caglia.
Hey, it was a free hit.
Yeah, why not?
You know.
Oh. Number 542, that's Michelle, as you called him earlier.
Yeah.
Michael Teal from San Jose put a good hit on there.
Will you walk me to my car when it's over?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
No problem. Oh, we got a guy hung up over here. That's our B-52.
Tim Palacios, you're looking at the gun sights on number 36. Ooh, Tim is hunting. Tim's looking for some prey.
Here it comes. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt me sitting up here.
Yes, it did. All right, this is the last chance for 3 of these drivers. All from California with the exception of the one New Yorker trying to make the biggest one ever. Number 3 is still out there, Tony Caglia. He's got about 1/3 of a car now, but he ain't giving up. Sexy Sue is still right. Oh, I think he is giving up.
I see a little flame underneath there. We got a fire problem with poor Tony. I think that's it for Tony.
I think Tony felt the heat on his flip-flops and decided he was out of there.
Well, there he goes. He's off into the crowd. He's safe. That's good.
And nothing was going to prevent Tony from at least starting the intergalactic crunch off.
He's got a lot of heart. There's no question about that.
Ooh, there was a huge hit.
Number 91, that's Tim Jacobs from Redwood City, California. And Rick Jacobowitz is doing real good. Is that how I say it? I'm gonna work on my name calling when I get back home. I promise you that.
Oh man, I'll tell you, Rick with hits like that, I don't know how long the front end is going to survive, but he's just liable to join his son in the final.
You got to admit, he's got to be a little bit fired up. He was sure appreciative of what they did for him earlier. There's no question about that.
Oh man, and there's such a violent, seemingly violent activity. Let's have another look at this. This is violent.
Here it comes.
In a car he never knew he owned until this morning.
It's like riding a bicycle. You just never forget.
And he stayed away from that driver's door, hit it where it was safe. Let's go down to Tim Wilson, who was never safe.
Well, I tell you, I'm with the most popular guy of heat number 3, Tony Caglia. Tony, it's on fire now.
Well,
hey, we got the lug nuts on backwards. It's still smoking, and now it's on fire.
and there it goes. And there it goes. Yeah, I loved it. It was great. These things are great. I love them.
Hey, your friends did everything they could do to keep you in it, but it only lasted about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I needed about another week and a half to work on the car, but you know, you get the things are happening, and that's all you can do.
Hey, turn around here. Steve, look at this man. Does he not look like a guy on a rooftop with a rifle later tonight?
On top of a post office, baby. But you know, he's a Union gravedigger, and his nickname is Stone Cold. Yeah. Let's go down to Bobby.
Guys, I'm changing my last name. I'm down here with the Jacobowitz crew. They've all got the T-shirts on. And my new last name is Bob Jacobowitz. Check it out. They gave me a sweatshirt. This is cool. I'm out here rooting for the guys. And you want to know how to say it? I still don't know exactly how to spell it, but I can say it. Turn them around. Jack above it's. Something like that. Now I'm trying to work on something for, you know, all the guys in the truck and you guys up in the booth, and I'll get back to you on that one, okay?
Well, your pretty bride is going to be really happy to go from Gerald to Jacobowitz. She'll love that. I tell you, number 42, old Tim Palacios, that's Rick Jacobowitz from Fredonia, New York. That's who we're talking about. That was his family. And notice they weren't smiling. And this is why. Apparently, he's got some problems. We'll see if he can unkink himself when we come back to San Jose.
Yeah, the boy's gonna snipe you, they're gonna sideswipe you, better confidential, they're peeling you off the wall. You're gonna need a differential and a Tylenol.
Ah, what a day. Whole family went down to the lake, including the dog. It seems like just a few weeks ago, she was too stiff to get up, much less run around. But then our veterinarian told us about Renadil, a breakthrough product that could help her arthritis pain. Help? She's like her old self again. Isn't that right, lady?
As with other pain relievers in this class, digestive and liver side effects may occur.
It had been well over a half an hour. Anxiously, I shouted, "Change, Master! Change! Hurry, hurry! Change! Change quickly!"
A quick change in less than 30 minutes? What do you think this is, that new GM Goodwrench Service Plus?
I'm not frightened by slow oil changes anymore. 29 minutes or less, or the next one's free. New GM Goodwrench Service Plus. Like Master says.
The plus means better.
Call for the select GM dealer near you.
Saturday, Nashville Speedway, USA. A fast track with tight turns where champions rule and losers, well, you get the point. Live is the Calm Data Overdrive 200, Saturday 4 Eastern on TNN Motorsports.
Greetings, one and all. We're here to prepare for Opryland Hotel's most magnificent country Christmas ever. Well done, my dear. November 1st through December 27th, you can join the festivities with packages starting at $139 per person. A veritable bargain.
Or choose the ultimate Christmas package and include loads of fun.
Like Christmas in the park at Opryland Theme Park.
A holiday cruise on the General Jackson Showboat. A visit to the world-famous Grand Ole Opry.
A performance of Charles Dickens' classic A Christmas Carol. And let us not forget Opryland Hotel's spectacular country Christmas dinner and musical review. Let the feast begin. But wait, how does one arrange for this merriment?
Right to Santa.
Or call 1-800-316-1316. Use your Visa card and receive a gift of Opryland Hotel video memories.
Join us for a country Christmas at Opryland, USA.
Back live in San Jose where emotions are running high. This young woman is willing something to happen, but it looks unlikely. Can her will disconnect Rick Jakubowicz in car number 42 from the enemy? It doesn't look like it. He's not been moving now for about 4 minutes, and I'm sure his score is suffering for it. In fact, there's not much moving right now on this 2 acres of dirt, but what a fabulous birthday and remembrances it has been for that entire family. I'm sure had they not been part of this activity, they wouldn't have had this big vacation to San Francisco. They were just hoping to finance it.
You know, and I'm sure Rick is very appreciative of what they did, and it's an emotional thing for him to be out there and just be able to participate, and I'm sure he's grateful for that.
How about Randy Skinner, the Red Line Oil Car, returning from a 6-year retirement, and the owner of Mufflers Unlimited. Let's go down to Bobby and Dutch.
The third heat race well underway. Dutch, who do you like?
Well, looks like 22's up front now, Bobby, and then 77-36, right as it stands right now.
All right, 22, 71, I think is what he meant, and 36.
That is indeed what he meant.
And that number 22 is Jose Ion, and number 36 is our in-car camera with Tim Palacios. 71 is Randy Skinner from Martinez in his Oldsmobile Cruiser. There's our shot from Tim Palacios. He's looking. Here comes somebody. Oh, and he just missed him.
That was cat and mouse. The 22 car avoided that hit, and now there's a head-on coming. Oh, baby.
Oh, I hope we got a shot of that in our in-car camera.
And Palacios is mad. Look at this. He's going back after him.
Look at this, 42. And look at, look who's back.
Look who's back.
Rick Jakubowicz.
I love it. They are completely out of the arena.
They're taking this out in the parking lot. I love this. This is like the old high school fights. I love it.
It is out of the parking lot indeed, and they're trying to say, guys, let's get back into the arena where we play this game.
Do you think they lost a little of their focus?
Do you remember the blonde with her hands folded? Watch this. I'm back. And we're going to go play in another zip code.
You know, I wonder if he's going to have enough time to get enough hits in there. He's certainly driving around as fast as he can. Here comes our in-car camera. Boom, there's our head-on.
Well, he was not on the Dutch's dance card when Bobby last talked to him, but that could change.
No.
Let's remember there's another Jakubowicz ready to go in the final, his son. And that whole crew, you know, looking on. Tim Palacios has done a great job with the onboard camera. Not to go with it.
Well, I think Tim Palacios just put out Rick Jakubowicz there. He popped him pretty good. Here we go. We're getting out in the parking lot again over here. Outside the barriers, these boys are serious. They want that money, Steve.
They do, and let's remember that the main event is not going to be some 12-lap affair, 12-minute affair. It's going to run a full 20 minutes or longer and may go back to the old traditional, the last Indian stand-in. Jose Ion has been a wonderful surpriser. Oh,
He really has.
the 36 car, Tim Palacios, showing what he's made of.
He put a little yin and yang on that. You see 22 when Tim Palacios came after him? He just kind of pulled back and absorbed the hit so he wouldn't get damaged too much. Now he's coming back in, look.
And Randy Skinner is trying to get some points off of Palacios, and Palacios playing a little chess with him.
Uh-oh. Here comes Ion. He looks like he's having problems with his steering. He's turning the wheel, but nothing's happening up front.
Right now, I think all three of them still moving. Would love to see that checkered flag.
I don't see anybody unfurling it here. Here comes Tim Palacios again. Tim's not bashful out there, is he?
Oh, not at all. And that car is going to need some serious work. And let's remember that these three transferees are going to have the least time of any of the wild card drivers to get ready for that 20-minute minimum final.
Well, as bad as they're banged up out there, Steve, I think they're going to have a hard time competing anyway.
But running or not, Rick Jakubowicz has been a wonderful story, an inspirational one.
And we got the checkered flag.
We got the checkered flag. And a story that shows how really family-oriented this supposedly violent sport looks. Well, that's it. The checkered flag is out. I think we know that Jose Ion, Tim Palacios, and Randy Skinner are probably the last three going to the finals, but maybe not in that particular order as far as finishing is concerned. Well, I tell you, there is steam, there is sheet metal, there is chrome trim, there is glass, radios, 8 tracks.
Well,
everything you can imagine laying down there.
You know that Randy Skinner is going to be in the final, but if we can take a look at his car, it's going to be in a very tough situation in the final.
Okay, heat number 3 is over, and you know what that means. Only the finals remain. The richest demo derby ever. We'll be back.
He's a demolition derby man. He's all the wreck one car can stand. And every woman here is a Bondo fan.
Bang. For a single instant, the world stops. Millionaires and hot dog vendors rise to their feet as modern-day warriors unleash monstrous shots towards the heavens, turning certain defeat into victory, and civilized men into maniacal chuckleheads scurrying for a souvenir.
Baseball Thursday, the best of the bigs, every Thursday night on Fox Sports Net or your regional sports network.
Farm Sausalito. Mountainous, melt-in-your-mouth chunks of the finest chocolate, baked up big with mounds of munchable macadamias. Craving chocolate chips? Reach for chocolate chunks. Ticket, please. Sausalito, one of the chocolate chunk classic cookies from Pepperidge Farm. Satisfaction is just one bite away.
Sausalito.
They call me the Intimidator. When I'm cooking, I'm unbeatable. Give the folks what they came for. Give them the money's worth. I'm friendly. Just don't cut in front of me.
First, it won a U.S. patent. Then the incredible Splitfire swiftly ignited the passions of drivers around the world. Now you can get guaranteed Splitfire performance for just $3.99. Hurry, it's the biggest savings ever.
Fight cancer. Fight harder with a healthy diet including 100% pure Florida orange juice. Are you drinking enough?
Nobody knows the skyline of San Jose, California any better than one of its favorite sons. In the booth with me tonight, making a homecoming, is Dan Pastorini, a veteran of 13 or more league years in the NFL, and it is fun to come home.
It is certainly fun to come home.
And that bright light you see is courtesy of a company in Iowa called Musco Lighting, who have become maybe the most famous lighting engineers in the world. Their latest project, besides mobile lighting for here tonight for the intergalactic shoot-off, chip-off, whatever you want to call it, they are currently lighting Daytona International Speedway, and they will have their first night race the 4th of July weekend of 1998, the Pepsi 400. Musco, we thank you for a great season. You have definitely shown us the light. The top 5, Jose Ion, number 22, Randy Skinner, number 71, Tim Palacios, number 36. They go. And look at this. If anybody fails to make it, it could be number 42, Rick Jakubowicz, getting into that final yet. Bobby Gerald?
And we're down here with Rick Jakubowicz, and Rick, first alternate, so if somebody can't make it in there, then you'll have a chance, you'll have a shot to do it. But tell me, overall, good experience?
Beautiful. You cannot believe it until you come here and drive it. And to be standing in San Jose is unreal. I mean, this is once in a lifetime thing for us and our group that we came out with us from Duncan Fredonia area, and it's unreal. We're living up every minute of it.
Glad you had a good time out here. Congratulations, man. Nice job. Tim Wilson?
I'm over here with number 22, Jose Ion. Jose, you won that heat. You kept getting thrown over the top rope, having to come in out of the stands, I guess. But you were hitting people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't want to get stuck on the logs. The worst feeling is to get stuck out in there in the dirt.
How much time do you have to get this car ready for this final?
About 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Which means we need to get off television and let you get over there and start pounding.
Yeah.
Good luck, Jose.
Well, Tim, get a hammer, get a torch. No, Jose, don't let that happen. Well, all wild cards are in the field now, Dante, all 9 of them.
We've got all 9. We've got Mike Doyle Jr., Deke Sherrill, Tim LaPointe, Tom Shivers, Ken Howitt, Chuck Faulkner, Jose Ion, Randy Skinner, Tim Palacios, but I'm going to predict that our friend Rick Jakubowicz is going to be in there.
Well, you may be right. There's an awful lot of mangled automobiles out there. Okay, everybody, stay with us. When we come back, we'll have highlights from our Reno Derby, and of course, we'll be showing you the main event.
Demolition Man. It happens every year in some of the most remote stretches of land in Mexico. And in the world of off-road racing, it's truly the whole enchilada. The legendary Baja 1000. A mountain of dust for those who can stand to eat it. And the end of the line for those who can't. That's why more drivers who challenge the Baja rely on the Duralast battery than any other. The same Duralast you can rely on in your car, because it's the one we stock at AutoZone. The Duralast battery. Power you can depend on.
If this is how you see 100% pure Florida orange juice, maybe you need new glasses. Great big glasses, because the American Cancer Society says a healthy diet, including Florida orange juice, may play a role in reducing the risk of some cancers. So if this is still how you see your orange juice, get bigger glasses, because you just may not be drinking enough 100% pure Florida orange juice. Are you drinking enough?
House or apartment?
House. Dog or cat?
Dog. Kids or no kids?
Kids. Tartar control or whitening?
Whitening.
Tartar control.
Luckily, now you can have both. Introducing Colgate Tartar Control plus whitening. Tartar fighting power and a whitener. They were made for each other. New Colgate Tartar Control plus whitening.
Hey, Parquet. What's the word? Better. Better? Aren't you supposed to say butter? Better. Butter. Better. Look at how you melt. Just like butter. Mmm. You really do taste better. Butter.
New Parquet. Now the flavor says
Butter.
Even better.
You know how your period can start off really heavy
And then end up kind of light. Only Tampax makes the different absorbencies I need.
all in one box.
The Tampax multi-pack, making periods more convenient.
One box at a time. Tampax. Women know.
October 26th on TNN Motorsports. There's only one place big enough to have a Super Nationals.
Everything's big in Texas.
Especially the races. October and the Lone Star State holds the key to the Winston Points race. And nobody wants to leave a loser. It's the Metco Tools Super Nationals. Live Sunday, October 26th at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. And it's all on the leader, TNN Motorsports.
Promotional consideration provided for and a fee paid by the new Wyndham Hotel, San Jose. Enjoy any of their 355 newly remodeled spacious rooms, conveniently located near both San Jose International Airport and downtown. Experience the right way, the Wyndham way. For reservations, call 1-800-538-6818. TNN's own Bob Fry would have loved that hotel, and we want to thank Bob, who hosted the first three, or at least three, of our demo derbies this season. He's preparing for the live telecast of the Rebelle Nationals NHRA drag racing on Sunday. Bob, I'm a-coming. Hold down the fort. Be there tomorrow afternoon.
Our next stop was to the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, for the Western States Smash-a-thon, a city not unfamiliar with celebrities.
A trio of celebrity dummies was on hand for the second annual Western States Smash-a-thon, where not all the animals in the Reno Rodeo Arena sported antlers. And then the big guys got involved and showed how it's really done. The Western States Smash-a-thon lived up to its name, and Kelly Lampe smashed his way to victory. That's the kind of smashing, crashing, and bashing you can expect in tonight's 20-minute final. Kelly Lampe, Michael Slaney, Daryl Howitt, they are all here tonight, and Bobby Gerald is with them.
That's right, the three guys that were on the podium, Steve, and of course we all recognize Kelly because he's got the purple thing going on. He even has purple in his hair. We talked with him about that at Reno. Mike Slaney from Martinez, California. It's only about an hour drive here to San Jose for Mike. And Daryl Howitt, who is from Napa, California. And Daryl we'll talk to right now. Daryl's kind of pulling a Magic Johnson on us. You came out of retirement to run this one tonight, huh, Daryl?
I was planning on retiring in Reno, but with this one coming up and the purse and everything like that, I decided to come down here and give it one more try, but this is it for sure this time.
All right, you're not retiring again.
I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
This is it, and he's not coming back. Kelly Lampe, the winner at the Western States Smash-a-thon, all the way from Nebraska. How long did it take you to get out here to San Jose?
3 days. We left on Tuesday and arrived here last night about 5 o'clock in the evening.
And you look like you are ready to go. He's got his game face on, Tim Wilson.
I tell you what, anybody can come out here with a new car. Tim Palacios, number 36, is having to get this baby back ready for the final. Tim, you need me to get out there and do anything?
Yeah, if you want to knock the frame for me and grab a torch.
Right here, hand me this hammer. Get out of the way, Tim. I'm trying to get your car fixed here. We got to get this thing back ready to go here. Hey, good luck.
Thank you. I'd like to say thanks to the people at Pull and Save, Engelbright, Tim Santos down at Cragen, all the people that helped me out, Martin's Welding. I really appreciate all the help through the years. It's all really paying off, so we'll do this thing. Thanks a lot.
Good luck, Tim.
Thank you.
Back upstairs.
He should have thanked his new crew chief, huh? Tim Wilson. We got a lot more to come. The New England Slam Chowder recap, a retrospective of Tim's bits. We're going to show you the stock car football we never got to show you from the Big E because of all those fires. But right now, on fire, as always, on the home base set for Motor Madness, it is Katie and Steve.
Yeah, we're real busy out here at the Charlotte studio. In fact, we have compiled a list of the Busch qualifying out of California. First time they'll be running there this weekend. Steve Park, look at Steve Park, Earnhardt's man, right there on the pole, ready to go. Knows no fear. Bobby Labonte right behind him. Tim Fedawak, number 3. Elliott Sadler, what a good run. He's 4th. Matt Kenseth. Where did he come from?
He's from Wisconsin. He was an ASA driver.
He's doing well. Stevie Reeves there, Stanton Barrett, Shane Hall, Dick Trickle, Mark Crow, and then Dale Earnhardt Jr. qualified 11th.
And should also mention the two guys leading the points. Randy LaJoie starts 18th, and Todd Bodine is 26th. LaJoie has got a pretty big lead on old Todd, but he's trying to close the door on him.
It's been an exciting year for those guys. So we got to the Busch qualifying, and in a minute we're going to give you more. We're going to go through that intergalactic journey with the Jakubowicz. We said it right.
Exactly.
It's freezing, it's quiet, but you get used to it. You grow to love it.
Snowfox 2-1, this is Snowfox base.
This is Snowfox 2-1.
Then a storm comes up, and I'm the one who's got to get us out of here. And I remember who gave me courage. This is for them. For my mom and dad, who never missed a game. For Drill Sergeant McCart, who showed me what it takes to be a leader.
Visual contact, Sergeant.
And for myself, who became one.
Hey, Parquet, what's the word? Better. Better? Aren't you supposed to say butter? Better. Butter. Better. Look at how you melt. Just like butter. Mmm, you really do taste better.
Butter.
New Parquet. Now the flavor says
Butter.
even better. Wednesday on Primetime Country, she's hot and she's here. Winona. The house is rocking with Winona. Primetime Country. Wednesday night on TNN.
Those are your potato chips. Don't be saying they're mine.
They're not going anywhere. We're looking forward to next week because we've got more exciting action coming your way. Next Friday night, we're going to head out to the swamps once again, going out to Naples. Look out for that sippy hole.
Look out.
It's the third Swamp Buggy Classic.
Week on Motor Madness, it's Swamp Buggy season. Join us as we head down to Naples, Florida for the final Swamp Buggy Showdown. You'll see who can navigate the murky depths to find the fastest groove around the swamp. The only thing that separates these guys from the finish line is 6 feet of South Florida swamp. Grandfather will battle grandson in an all-out attempt to be crowned Swamp Buggy Champion. It's the Budweiser Fall Classic coming your way next week on Motor Madness.
That is some of the nastiest fun somebody could have. It's really some...
Sandy Pinkard said a scar and a beer.
That is some crazy stuff. Out of Naples, we'll take you all there for live. In case you've never seen it, you're going to enjoy it. But all night long, we've been suffering through, and I'm sure the family has, the way that the guys at the track are saying this next person's name.
Yeah.
We talked to his mother.
The mom.
Jason. His mother's name is Shelley, and everybody else is saying just above it or whatever it is, but it's not that. It's Jacobowitz. Jacobowitz. I mean, we talked to his mother, right?
You went to the source. Well, in any case, as we said earlier, their family made their way cross-country from Fredonia, New York, all the way to San Jose, California for tonight's intergalactic crunch-off. And rather than tow their demo derby car 3,000 miles, they hopped on a plane, decided to pick up a car once they got there.
Buy there and find one, and of course they didn't have everything didn't go so smoothly, though. They lost their luggage. But
well,
turned out to be an excellent adventure anyway. Take a look. The Jacobowitzes.
Food, I need food.
Northwest Airlines paging the following passengers: Jason Jacobowitz.
You guys are here, stuck at the airport, 4 o'clock in the morning, our time, scoping out demolition derby cars.
That's a bit of goofiness there, but they finally did make it, even though they got lost and would not ask for directions.
how about their luggage?
Their luggage, I don't know if they ever found it or not, but hopefully it showed up. So the Jacobowitzes, do you hear the guy at the
Did you
airport
notice?
the name?
Yeah, he hammered it.
Yeah, these
It's all
guys,
over the
man,
place.
they must have a great sense of humor, or that, or immense patience and tolerance. But the Jacobowitzes, did I say that right? Jacobowitzes. Those,
Shelley's on the phone right
that
now.
group of people, we'll see them run just in a little while as we get back to the demo derbies. But let's get into our rock and replay. We're going to have a big time. Well, we had a big time with more of these demo derbies. It was one from Reno.
Reno, Nevada.
Fun. can't sing like Tim Wilson.
But you're trying.
I am trying. That song, I just can't get it out of my mind. And that's, you know, well, I'm sure he's a wonderful guy. So race day.
Race day, you can catch all the news and highlights of the Intergalactic Crunch-Off, the Busch Series race. You can catch it all this Sunday on race day at 11:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. Did I mention here on TNN?
I think you should.
Okay, here on TNN.
Lots of great action there on race day. Check it out Sunday here on TNN. We try to keep you up to date. A lot of action on TNN, so check it out all weekend long. All right, is it 5-4 go?
It is almost time for the finals. The finals, man. Can't stand it.
You better. Here, have a watch.
They call me the Intimidator. When I'm cooking, I'm unbeatable. Give the folks what they came for. Give them the money's worth. I'm friendly. Just don't cut in front of me.
Now, Minute Rice Boil and Bag does something no other boil and bag rice can do. It cooks in 5 minutes. That's half the time of every other boil and bag. Only Minute Rice. Now, half the time.
Glade Plug-in's Extra Outlet has the extra outlet built right in. So you can make any room in your home Glade fresh without blocking your outlets. Plug-in's Extra Outlet. Fresh from Glade.
Plug it in, plug it in.
This week on NASCAR Garage, we'll visit with the team spotters, plus take a look back at the days of convertible racing.
NASCAR Garage, this weekend on the leader for motorsports coverage, TNN Motorsports.
I start every morning with ginseng. I've taken garlic for years. I remember my ginkgo biloba every day.
Only Nature's Power Ginkogen combines ginseng, garlic, and ginkgo. New Ginkogen, the only supplement with all three in one.
October 26th on TNN Motorsports. It's Winston Cup racing on the jagged edge at the track known as the Rock.
It's a tough place to race.
Time is running out on the 1997 points chase, and nobody wants a rock-bottom finish.
It's either checkers or wreckers.
You don't want to miss the AC Delco 400. Live Sunday, October 26th at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific.
And it's right here on TNN Motorsports.
Sunday, he's known as the Pro's Pro. He's also your best friend. He's dedicated to sharing what he knows about the sport he loves, fishing. Tom Man Outdoors, Sunday, 7 Eastern on TNN Outdoors.
We're back live in San Jose and just minutes away from the most important demolition derby ever run, the World Championship. Will the honors and the cash go to Canada? The Maple Leaf flag folks certainly hope so with their banners. Tremendous support, almost as many Canadians here as there are American fans. Or will the money and the cash stay in America? Does it really matter, Dan Pastorini?
I think it matters a lot. Let's check in with Bobby.
Guys, let me show you how much of a disadvantage you can be at if you raced in a heat race earlier. Here is a clean, relatively new rear end. Here is heat race #1 winner Mike Doyle's rear end. Oh boy. Now when Mike said he was going to have to use a little driver's skill in this thing, you weren't joking, were you?
No way. Look at all these cars. A lot of good cars out here tonight. I'm going to definitely have to try to outdrive some of these guys, that's for sure.
Mike thrilled us in heat race #1. He was dominant. Maybe he can take home the Intergalactic Crunch-Off title, Tim Wilson.
Gerald, they always give me the difficult jobs hanging around the women. The World Championship of Demolition Derby, and you have to have a queen. Miss Intergalactic Crunch-Off, Sarah Crowley, is about to present us with the first place trophy. Sarah, of course, from the Vanna White Carroll Merrill School of Presentation. And she goes over to the second place trophy, which for some reason is shorter than the third place trophy. A chrome piston, second place. Get down in there with it, Sarah. There you are. And of course, the third place trophy, a little taller. Stand up a little more, Sarah. We've got to get, there you go. Pull back. Miss Intergalactic Crunch-Off, Sarah Crowley with the third place trophy. I'm sure Vanna White is shaking in her pumps as we speak.
Thank you, Ed McMahon, for the latest edition of Star Search. You know, in just a bit, we're going to show you that stock car football that we tried to bring in from the Big E, but couldn't because the place burned down. But right now, before we do that, let's go back. This could be good. And take a look at the misadventures of Tim Wilson over 1997.
My name's in the paper today. I'm told way in the back in the F section, page 2. Says Peach Buzz, Demolition Derby comes to town. Comedian Tim Wilson from Roswell. Wilson, culturally impaired. Well, you obviously don't recognize me. I'm already a famous belly dancer. I'm a beer belly dancer. This is a two-chair shop. Take just a little bit off the top, but not as much as you took off of him. Good kitty. Kitty. Good what? I want another quarter. I thought I told you to be out of commercial in 30 seconds. That's why the best place to go prom shopping is here in Wichita, Kansas at the Coleman Museum and Factory Outlet, home of the Coleman Insulated Flannel Tux. Mondo Jones, accident prone, born in a Buick that was hit head on. He's a demolition derby man. He's all the rest one car can stand. Fun. Go, play some Billy Preston. Ow! Great. Somebody call my agent. I got my hands full.
If that is not a demo reel for his own sitcom, I have never seen it, Dan.
He is amazing. Well, Steve, next on our tour, we had the chance to visit the great region of New England with its live Maine lobster, catch of the day, sumptuous corn on the cob, and, of course, slam chowder.
As fireworks lit up the New England sky, smoldering tempers exploded in the arena, which set the stage for action at the New England Slam Chowder, including an official's declaration of war. In the first heat, a thick layer of sand added to the frustration. But the troops found themselves after a little beach removal. Things really heated up. At times, the smoke was thicker than chowder. Through all the mayhem, it was Darren St. Jean of Methuen, Mass. that claimed the victory flag. And here's the results. Those three guys you just saw there, Darren St. Jean, Mark Hayes, and Steve Bucknam Sr. How many of those made it to the World Championship, Bobby Gerald?
Only one, and there was a small problem with him being here. Today is Darren St. Jean's 10th wedding anniversary, and I don't know how he pulled this off, guys, but he's here and his wife Kelly isn't. Darren, how'd that conversation go?
Well, she wasn't for it at first, but she said, hey, it's going to be once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so you might as well go for it. And hopefully I'll have another anniversary after this day.
That's right. Now, he could go home as the world champion. Steve Evans?
He really should have said hello to her and I love you or something like that. You know, take advantage of this live television when you got it, say, Gene. Oh, baby, I'll tell you, you can just feel the emotion building towards the World Championship. It's minutes away.
He'll hit you with a gas floor, hit you against the dashboard. There goes your bumper. Better get the wrecker warm. You feel like an Iraqi in the desert storm.
Most new car radiators are made of aluminum as thin as this sheet, which makes them vulnerable to corrosion. Each year, 400,000 aluminum radiators pit, corrode, and fail. You need a zone of protection between you and a breakdown, the Prestone Zone. Prestone is specially made to bond with aluminum, and no other antifreeze protects your whole cooling system better against corrosion and temperature extremes. Protect your car in the Prestone Zone.
It's freezing, it's quiet, but you get used to it. You grow to love it.
Snowfox 2-1, this is Snowfox base.
This is
Snowfox 2-1.
Then a storm comes up, and I'm the one who's got to get us out of here. And I remember who gave me courage. This is for them. For my mom and dad, who never missed a game. For Drill Sergeant McCardle, who showed me what it takes to be a leader.
Visual contact, Sergeant.
And for myself, who became one.
Introducing new Lever 2000 Pure Rain Deodorant Soap. The cool deodorant scent is so invigorating, you can't wait to get close. But new Pure Rain also has moisturizers for skin that feels better and makes you want to stay close. And nothing's more invigorating than that. New Lever 2000 Pure Rain, the refreshing clean for all your 2000 parts.
Hey, Parquet. What's the word?
Better.
Better? Aren't you supposed to say butter?
Better.
Butter.
Better.
Look at how you melt. Just like butter. Mmm. You really do taste better.
Butter.
New Parquet. Now the flavor says
Butter.
Even better.
Is your dandruff sending the wrong signals? Get Selsun Power. Doctors recommend Selsun Blue #1, so don't send the wrong signals. Get Selsun Power.
Well, having a big time tonight for the Intergalactic Crunch-Off. But right now we're going to show you the GTX, Castrol GTX. Look at this hit. Look at this hit.
Clayton Worrell of Woodland, California hits Chuck Faulkner, knocking Chuck's beard out of place. Chuck has the biggest beard of the race.
Yeah, boy, but that's it. Did he go over that wall? I thought we were going to... Okay. That was the Castrol GTX hard hit of the night, and that was incredible. Now, we're going to try to predict again who we think is going to win the finals. The finals are coming up. They're the big time. The champion will be crowned in a few minutes, and I don't know why they're making me pick this guy. Actually, he's 007. He's a cool guy. He's Richard Yokel. It's just my pick. He's 007. He knows how to fight in a lot of different ways. He's derbied all over the country, and hopefully that'll give him an edge tonight. We'll see.
Maybe so, but number 13, Kelly Lampe. Don't forget him. He's been driving for 20 years. He took first place in Reno and has won at least 5 other big shows throughout his illustrious career. Kelly Lampe at number 13.
Oh, okay, fine.
Number 13.
We'll see about that, bud. Mine's 007, but I don't know. You know, I think our luck's
Hey,
run
look,
out.
it says Steve Burns, but he spells it funny.
Oh, my goodness, it does. Is that your guy? No, that's that Whaley guy. We'll see. Go back out there to San Jose.
Now, Steve Burns, you picked car number 13, but car number 14 gives tribute to you. There's just something wrong in this. Anyway, I have to agree with you. I think Kelly Lampe, number 13, is a tremendous pick. They are still hammering. They are still welding, but only minutes away. Virtually all the cars are out onto the playing field. Car number 19, obviously, Dan has a huge, huge cheering section, even though they came all the way from Gowanda, New York, Joe Tomawaski. And, well, in fact, rather than just sit around here, why don't we do something we promised all of you we would? And, you know, who better to have in the booth with me than a former NFL quarterback for this spectacle known as stock car football. This was from the Big E in Massachusetts.
This is a little different type of football. We've got the Gang Green team, sponsored by Everett's Auto Parts, Rick Orlando, Pete Hamlin, and Todd Hamlin.
And we had the White Heat. Captain Tom O'Rady, Tom McGinty, and Gary Lincoln, all out of Massachusetts, and also sponsored by Everett's Auto Parts. Everett is big into stock car football.
Now, you know, I got a feel that if I lost the coin toss here, Steve, I would want the other team to kick off because it would seem that they would damage their car if they kicked off. So let them kick.
I tell you, I tried to move that ball one day, just a couple of feet by hand. Absolutely could not do it. It weighs over 600 pounds, and there's a lot of strategy to this thing. They had a small field to work with that night.
This guy, I got a feeling he's going to take this thing up the sidelines here. He's got a little interference. Look at this from his brother, and boom, thank you very much, touchdown.
Yep, get it on the bank, and it's 6.
Here we go with the kickoff again. Oh, number 1, that's Captain Rick Orlando. No, I think they're trying to get it out of bounds. I think they're confused with hockey here. They're confused with hockey, Steve. There's no question about it. Now, he's got an opening there. If he can take it up the sidelines, he's going to score.
Yep, the green team trying to move onto the inside.
That's Pete Hamlin, number 2.
Tom McGinney.
Number 2, Tom McGinney from the White Heat. There he goes. Number 2, that's my man Pete Hamlin going up for another score. That puts the green team up 2 touchdowns right now. And your White Heat's not looking too good, Steve.
Yep, not looking good at all. There was no penalty for knocking the ball out of bounds. Just stuff happens, but you notice it took 14 guys to get the ball back.
I wonder how many hernias they got.
One thing nobody ever says in this sport is, I'm taking my ball and going home.
Yeah, not one guy anyway.
Yeah, like you got a crane.
Okay, White Heat's kicking off. He topped it. He topped it a little too much.
Kind of like William the Refrigerator Perry. He had you in that same position.
That kind of looked like me in a few sacks that I had in my career.
The yellow was put away, and we went back to action with the white team, number 2, Tom McGinney.
White Heat is not doing too well, Steve. It looks like the other guys have a little bit more experience. I don't know if they're older or what, but they seem to have a little bit more oomph with that ball.
I tell you, that night the crowd got a huge kick out of it, especially when Todd Hamlin came in there to help out his teammate Pete Hamlin, the brothers, as it were. And the 2 car, well, he was getting pushed around. Tom McGinney, wow, I mean, just didn't have enough power to fight back. And you can also look at this action, using the brake to pump. You ever seen anything like that?
I have never in my life seen something like that.
Do you ever want to again?
I would have to say the Green Monsters, or whatever they're called, won.
I tell you, it looked like an El Monte, California lowrider.
There's always some injury in football. I don't care what way you play it, there's always going to be some injuries, and unfortunately the cars, or fortunately in this situation, the cars are the ones that suffered the injury. But they had a lot of good fun out there. They're all good friends, had a great time, and entertained the crowd unbelievably. Gangrene.
Oh, and with that wonderful bump and run with the rear end. Unbelievable. And look at this scene. The cake is set right there for the World Championship. 3 times as many cars as we have seen out on the grid. Let's go down to Bobby Gerald.
And Steve, because this is a world championship, of course, the odds makers are big into the Demolition Derby. I was just off the phone with Danny Sheridan. He has installed Vic Whaley Jr. as the odds-on favorite to get it done here, Danny. Vic, can you live up to the pressure?
I don't know. There's a lot of good cars here. I'm going to give it my best shot, and hopefully I can get the fans and the crowd on my side. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be a good one. Vic was awesome at the Orlando Free-for-All, Tim Wilson.
I'm going down on the record. This is the man who I believe will win this race. Number 84 from Coulterville, Illinois, Kevin Huggins and the Huggamania Mobile. Vic Whaley's down here. You're both from Coulterville. You going to be able to beat Vic?
Yeah, he's going to finish second to me.
I know you got second in Orlando, but I love the baby in the back. You're my favorite driver in the world. This is the World Championship, Kevin. And if you let a Canadian beat you, don't even come talk to me.
That won't happen.
With a herd.
We're going to do it.
Good luck, Kevin.
Me and my dummy over here.
Hey, I've gone down on the record with you. Good luck.
Okay.
Well, I don't think you can pick any one driver. I think it's a push all the way around. Anybody could win it, but one thing I don't want to hear when it's all over is anything about cheating. Because if you got to the World Championship, there's a pretty good chance you were.
What did he say? The guy that said that you ain't cheating unless you get caught. We got Tim Palacios here. He's got one of our in-car cameras. We got a bunch of in-car cameras in this heat.
Yep, we got 3 of them.
Yep, we got him. We got Damon Charney from 196. We've got car number 32, Darren St. Jean from Springfield. There he is. Nice shot coming out the backside there. And car 196, which I mentioned earlier, Damon Charney from Canada.
They are the Canadians, 4 tough hombres. And a few of these Canadians have ventured down, not this far south, but into Oregon and Washington and promoted very well. All right, let's look at the grid. We're going to show you the way the events that came from Vic Whaley came from our first event down in Florida, as did Kevin Hughes, the 84 car Vic Whaley, and Kevin Huggins as well came out of Florida.
And the other entrance from Florida is Richard Yokel. Terry Fannin is from Atlanta, car number 429.
Also out of the Dixie Crash Fest, the classical crash, actually was Tim Heffley. Larry Stars came from Dixie, from all over the country. They have come for this World Championship in San Jose, California.
And from Wichita, we've got Jet Fromholtz, car number 43, and Rob Baker, car number 75.
They were second and third, respectively. Joe Tomawiski from Great Lakes Car Wars. He was first in that event. David Clemens had to take a second, but got his way to San Jose.
And Jason Jakubowicz from third in Great Lakes Car Wars. And Kelly Lampe first in the Reno Smash-a-thon.
And that's Steve's pick in Charlotte to win it all. Can't disagree, just could. Michael Slaney came out of Reno, one of the hardest hitting events we saw all year, if not the hardest. Daryl Howard as well came out of the Reno Smash-a-thon, put smash in all caps.
And the lone wolf from the Springfield, Massachusetts Slam Chowder, Darren St. Jean and Huey McDonald from our Canadian qualifiers.
Darren doesn't win, he's soon to be a bachelor.
Darren Charney, or camera car, number 196, Canadian qualifier, and car number 333, Mike Gordon, another man from Canada. Nice makeup, eh?
Hey. Most of the Canadians from Western Canada, the province of British Columbia, beautiful British Columbia, as they like to say, and it is indeed.
Now from our winner in Heat 1, we've got Mike Doyle Jr. and Sean Edwards, number 174 from Canada.
Deke Sherrill and Gary Perry. Perry gets in his first alternate out of heat number 1. Tom Chivers, oh man, what a show he put on in heat number 2, but even he admitted he may have a hard time with it. Ken Howitt finished second in heat 2.
Chuck Faulkner finished third in heat 2, and Joe Reyes, 99A, second alternate in heat 1.
Continuing out of the heats, Randy Skinner finished second in heat number 3 in the 71 car. Tim Palacios, number 36, finished third, but he just wanted to get to the main. Now we'll see what he's got for the World Championship. It is the big enchilada. One driver's going to go home with a king's ransom in cash when we come back.
Nothing's tougher on a motor oil than drag racing. The extreme stress and searing heat generated by their hard driving can break down an oil in no time. That's why John Force uses Castrol, the only leading 10W30 that provides maximum protection against both viscosity and thermal breakdown. Because some people have more important things to worry about. Castrol GTX. Drive hard. And try Castrol Syntec Blend for added synthetic protection.
I know you like Fresh Step cat litter, but this one was on sale. So I thought...
Just any cat litter just won't do. Fresh Step neutralizes ammonia odor and freshens with every step, so your whole house is fresh.
Okay, you win.
Fresh Step. Fresher with every step.
I'm so glad we talked.
Today, people who didn't send the money Western Union and the heartbreak it caused. You say your dog called?
Yeah, said he needed tuition money for obedience school.
That's amazing.
No, he's always asking for money for something. Hey, Madonna.
What did you do?
I sent it.
But not Western Union.
No, they never treated me special.
So it never got there?
No, but that's not the worst part.
It's not?
No, now he turned the cat against me.
Hey, it's your money. Use Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
They call me the Intimidator. When I'm cooking, I'm unbeatable. Give the folks what they came for. Give them their money's worth. I'm friendly. Just don't cut in front of me.
Line them up. Turn on the power. Rev up the excitement. Shift into high gear. And take no prisoners. The American Speed Association, celebrating 30 years. It's the AC Delco Challenge Series North Carolina Sweet Potatoes 400. Live Sunday, 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on the leader in motorsports coverage, TNN Motorsports.
No, thank you. The Intergalactic Crunch-Off, the culmination of a year's worth of work from TNN Motorsports and the greatest demolition derby drivers in the world, bringing to you the World Championship of Demolition Derby. I'm excited about this week, but then I thought, well, when this week's over, I'm unemployed. So I came here looking for a job. They asked me if I had any marketable skills. I said, well, I can talk to chickens. I've ridden an elephant. I've had my hair cut with a sheep. I fall over shrubbery well. I look good in a flannel tux. And I judge a pretty dadgum good cookie contest. They liked those qualifications, but they said, do you have any references? And I said, the only two references I have are Steve Evans and Dan Pastorini. They said, well, we can't possibly take those two guys. They were in here earlier this week, and we turned them down flat. So, fellas, it looks like we're all in the same boat, and we're going to have to learn that famous sentence. Sir, would you like fries with that?
And no onions. Let me tell you how high emotions are running here. Everybody jumped the gun for the start of the World Championship. It's a fair fight and a fair start because they were all so pumped up. One guy moved, and kabang.
And it has started, and we are on board with 196 Damon Charney, our in-car camera from our Canadian contingent here. And he's been out there. I think he was the one that started early. But we've got the 4077 Michael Slaney from Martinez, California, that's kind of banging it up out there. There's a lot of action going on. It's going to be tough to keep all in track.
But unlike a circle track race where you could black flag it or penalize the guy, well, it was too late. But it's okay. It's just fine. It just shows you how much everybody wants to win. And with 28 cars out there now for 20 minutes, you can't run for daylight. You can't bump and run. You're going to hit somebody else.
There ain't no daylight to run to out there. Earl Campbell can't get through that mess, let me tell you.
Oh, the Canadians are absolutely deadly out there. Tim Palacios is finding that out.
Number 70, that's one of our alternates, Mike Doyle Jr. He's out there mixing it up pretty good. His car wasn't damaged that much. I'd look for him to do some good in this heat.
Well, the 46 car, obviously one of the Canadians, Huey McDonald, and Hugh may have some problems early. There's nobody anywhere near. Now he gets going again. A little possum playing there.
I think that ought to be flagged there. That's a penalty.
No. You can do it as long as you don't exceed a couple of minutes.
I tell you what, I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, look at this, look at this.
We got some outside the arena over here to the left. We haven't got a we've got a real cluster down here at this end. They moved from that far corner over there down here in one easy sweep.
Oh, and taking a shot in the door is Ewan McDonald, the Canadian. His front end is just about gone already. Now 32 also gives him a whack just for good luck.
Darren St. Jean.
Yep. Darren, a surprise winner of his heat.
174, Sean Edwards. He got back off the turf, though. He's doing pretty good. Oops, he's smoking. He's got a problem. Number 14 car, Vic Wally from Coulterville, Illinois, has been out there. That was the one that Steve should have picked earlier, but he's picking up pretty good now. There's his cheering section.
Hey, Bobby, what about Whaley?
Hey, when Vic first started out, he got so fired up, he flipped his visor up so he could see a little bit better, I think. I don't know what he's doing out there, guys, but he has the eyes of a demon right now. He's just smashing people.
Well, he's smashing them for a good cause, for Whaley's kids. 7-year Derby veteran Vic Whaley. And I hope the judges, oh man, I wouldn't want to even try to, and another Canadian takes a shot and another Canadian gives a shot.
That's Damon Charney, our onboard camera there.
They came to fight, buddy.
They're not messing around, are they? They're going to take home some of that money.
What they need to do is get away from each other. They tend to just kind of, gather in one place of the field. They're trying to get away where they can score points without hitting each other. Okay, I'll tell you what. I don't know about you guys, but I need a break.
I'm out of breath.
Would the Daytona 500 ever start without TV? I don't think so. Demo Derby, hey, did happen.
Gonna snap you, they'll sideswipe you. Better call Prudential, they're peeling you off the wall. You're gonna need a differential and a Tylenol.
Everything you've ever thought about quitting smoking is about to change, because today there are new ways to help reduce your urge to smoke, different from anything you may have tried before. Not a patch, not a gum, but medicines only your doctor can prescribe to help separate you from your cigarettes. See your doctor about the new ways that can help you quit smoking. For more information, call 1-888-959-STOP and get ready for success.
Hi.
Love the hat.
Oh, I need it. My hair's a disaster. Look at my dandruff.
That's easy to take care of with the right shampoo. Here.
With regular shampoo, flakes can keep coming back, but Head & Shoulders helps eliminate dandruff and helps stop flakes before they even start. You may never see flakes again. And your hair?
My hair looks great. Thanks. Don't forget your hat. Who needs it?
Head & Shoulders changes dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
We're back at San Jose Speedway. Usually on Saturday nights, it's sprint cars with the wings. Not this Friday night. It's the World Championship Demolition Derby. And Dan Pastorini, there is more damage inflicted here in 6 minutes than we've seen in some 12-minute each.
I tell you what, I've never seen this much contact in my life, and I played 13 years in the NFL. These guys are going after it like crazy. Number 70, he's out there banging it around.
Mike Doyle.
Mike Doyle, he's not bashful.
And he said, I got to protect the right side of my car. They all know to attack it.
Number 60, Darrell Howard was out there banging around too. I think he and St. Jean's gotten tangled up a couple times here tonight.
Yeah, there is Darrell with his flags flying proudly.
This looks like a traffic jam at US 101 here in San Jose and Highway 17. There's 60.
Darrell said this would be his last ever Derby, and he had that look of finality in his eyes.
That's
true. He said it at Reno, but he didn't know how grand and how rich this was going to be. I think it'd be nice if he wins it for sure.
We have attrition all over the place out there. Number 45, that's Larry Stats from Macy, Indiana. He's getting after it. He's smoking. He's burning up, but he's not quitting.
And understand, these aren't racers that are used to traveling and running a circuit. Most of them, like Larry Stats, who has 8 grandchildren, pretty much running their home state, maybe even their home county. This has been a huge, huge undertaking for all of them, and are they having fun and plan to have more as the week goes on? Bobby Jarrell, what you got?
Well, we're down here next to the Demolition Determinator, Dutch Holland. It's going to be awfully tough to score this one. Hopefully there's only going to be one lap standing. But who's looking good so far, Dutch?
They're all looking great, Bobby. You got 1370. 50 has done a fantastic job. 41. It's a little too early to tell right now.
A lot of names in here. Number 50, Tim Heffley, and also number 70, Mike Doyle. And I believe, guys, we might be looking at our first red flag of the evening. The starter has it in hand right now. See it or not.
Well, a little fire, which could become a big fire, burning under one of those cars, and a red flag in this sport can only last maybe 30 seconds. They red flag it, they run out, they stick a fire extinguisher in the hole in the hood or wherever it's needed. When it goes out, we derby some more.
Kind of like in football, you drag them off the field when they're hurt.
That's right. Throw them in a golf cart, get them the hell out of here.
Okay, we got a little stop in the action here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 cars smoking heavily. 1 car's on fire.
And it could be a minor injury to a driver. We're not sure yet. We'll find out.
There's 99A, Joe Reyes. That's one of our in-car cameras.
Hopefully it's okay.
Yep, there it is. That's it. Mr. Reyes right there. He's working and he's cooking.
Okay, let's go down to Tim Wilson. I think he knows why the red flag came out.
Well, actually, I don't know why the red flag came out. I don't know anything right now except that I'm a biased, red-blooded American. And if you'll look out here on this track tonight, folks, you'll see those Canadian cars are all conked out, and they're all in the way, and they're all out of the race. So God bless the U.S. drivers.
I hear Lee Greenwood singing in the background. Don't think they're all done yet, Tim.
They're sneaky.
Canadian, crafty. They go together. Well, we'll come back in just a minute. We got a long ways to go in this World Championship. We'll see if Tim is right about the Canadians.
The meanest man driving, and that ain't no lie. He's legally blind in his good eye. He can't see much, but he can smell the kill. So you better not get caught standing still.
Dear Mom, camp is rough. Being out in the wild sure makes a kid hungry. But the sandwiches we got just aren't enough. It makes me homesick for you and a hot bowl of Campbell's tomato soup.
Nothing turns an ordinary sandwich into a hot, satisfying meal like rich, wholesome Campbell's tomato soup.
Mom?
I brought you something for those sandwiches.
Wow, tomato soup. You're the best, Mom.
Campbell's makes everything.
Better.
Ah, what a day. Whole family went down to the lake, including the dog. It seems like just a few weeks ago, she was too stiff to get up, much less run around. But then our veterinarian told us about Rimadyl, a breakthrough product that could help her arthritis pain. Help?
she's like her old self again. Isn't that right, lady?
As with other pain relievers in this class, digestive and liver side effects may occur.
Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride.
Hi, I'm Travis Tritt, and I'm John Forrest. He's singing, and he's driving.
Burning Thunder, October 27th, 10 Eastern on TNN.
Check it out.
Remember when a quarter bought you 3 songs on the jukebox? And where you had the most fun hanging out with your friends?
Young love, first love.
Now relive those malt shop memories with 36 of the most romantic songs to ever come out of a jukebox.
Since I met you, baby, 16 candles. Come with me, my love. Angel, can you hear me? Sorry now for little fool. Oh yes, all I have to do is dream. 'Cause I want, girl.
Call now for Malt Shop Memories. 2 cassettes, 1998. 2 CDs, 26.98. Have your credit card ready and call now.
We are back. The Demolition Derby World Championship in San Jose, and Tim Wilson was right. All 4 Canadian cars are dead, finished, gone. Yet look, number 70, Mike Doyle Jr., the hero from heat number 1 with the battered car, with the bent frame, is still out there like a warrior.
He looks like he's getting ganged up on out there, too. There's a lot of those guys. Was he the one that they were complaining about cheating earlier? I can't remember.
If he was, he couldn't hide it. It's transparent.
His dad drove figure-8 races. Well, he knows how to handle some wrecks then, I guess, because figure-8s wreck as much as these guys do.
Well, he's still got wind in one good tire, kind of like Bondo Jones. Let's go down to Bobby.
Well, one guy that doesn't have any wind in any tires is Gary 07. Gary, you out. All right, Bobby, we'll get back to you in just a bit. Right now, let's get back to the action. And, and we got a fire, which has brought out yet another red, the second red.
That's not a good fire. There we go. Okay, they got that one out. I was kind of concerned about the driver. He didn't look like he was moving out of there too well.
Yeah, I blew up, too, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, he's okay. That's good. That's most
Oh,
important.
yeah, Dutch and his guys are highly. They've been doing this all summer long. They run something like 80 or 100 demolition derbies. And they have the fire extinguishers positioned all around.
They really do. Good job.
Sure, and they just get in there, put it out, and go derbying again. They don't hang around.
Now, let's see. Let's recap here. We still got Mike Doyle Jr. in there. He's still in from the qualifiers. We've got Chuck Faulkner, number 44. He's still in there. Jose Ian is out.
Well, actually, there's quite a few of the guys out of the wild cards, as we call them, that are outperforming. Guys have brought in Virgin automobiles, if there's such a thing in this sport. We'll be right back.
He'll hit you with a gas floor, pitch against the dashboard. There goes your bumper. Better get the wrecker warned. You feel like an Iraqi in the desert storm.
Life on land is dry. So pack your bags, because your mouth is going on vacation. Book your shrimp adventure, fried, scampi, and the destination of your choice for $9.99. Right now at Red Lobster, because life on land is dry.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start with a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do.
It's what you want.
Hey, Frankie, want some Danish?
No, man, I already got it.
Complete bran flakes.
Mm-hmm.
What's something wrong?
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah?
They took me off ladders. I eat lousy. I haven't been working out. I'm not a rookie anymore. I gotta do something.
Thousands of people have started turning their lives around with 4 little words. Kellogg's Complete Bran Flakes.
I guess you're going to toss that.
No, I'll give it to the rookies.
Kellogg's Complete Bran Flakes. It's a start.
Hey, Parquet. What's the word?
Better.
Better? Aren't you supposed to say butter?
Better.
Butter.
Better.
Look at how you melt. Just like butter. Mmm, you really do taste better.
Butter.
New Parquet. Now the flavor says
Butter.
even better.
Now, Minute Rice Boil and Bag does something no other boil and bag rice can do. It cooks in 5 minutes. That's half the time of every other boil and bag. Only Minute Rice. Now, half the time.
Well, we're back at the World Championships, the Intergalactic Crunch-Off in San Jose Speedway. The green was out for about 10 seconds, and then Marco, the Mad Flagman, waved to red. Now, Marco's got the green again. Minutes remaining for the World Championship. And we have got a number of our wild card drivers out there with a serious shot at the World Championship, Dan Pastorini.
You're darn right. We've got number 70, Mike Doyle, still out there, 36. That's Tim Palacios, our in-car camera. Thank God for him. He's given us some great shots down there from Vacaville, California.
And he has driven such a smart derby. And when you get this many cars up with this kind of talent, it's smarts that wins it, not necessarily sheet metal.
You know, I never realized that before. I thought they just went out there and just banged up cars. Number 98, that's our buddy Jason Jakubowicz from Fredonia, New York. There he is. Once
drove a demo blindfolded. Dare.
I don't think I'd do that.
Nah, I don't think so.
Number 99 is, oh yeah, that's Joe Reyes.
Yep.
Joe Reyes is one of the last-minute alternates, so he's still in there. I'll tell you what, those first-round guys are doing a good job. These wild card guys you got to watch out for, Steve.
Yeah, but let's remember, those wild card drivers from that first heat had a lot of time to get this junk back into running and derbying order.
I don't know if you could ever
But Joe Reyes,
something
we've
like
done
that.
features on Joe Reyes. This guy is a legend in West Coast Demolition Derby. If he was to win the World Championship, a lot of people would feel that it was well-deserved and highly justified and everything else.
Well, he's one of the hometown favorites. Number 21, that's David Clemens from
New York.
Yeah.
Born in the back seat of a demo derby car, probably bothered by Bondo Jones.
I would say with a car with no driver, it's pretty much done.
Well, I tell you, is that 79 out there that's still looking?
No, that's 70. His door's been a little damaged, and it looks like a 9. You got to look close, and looky here. We got our car number 36, inboard camera, or in-car camera. That's Tim Palacios again.
And there's Mike Doyle Jr. just came to your... Oh, man. You said, hey, get away from me.
He hit a Canadian that was finished.
Kames X.
He's looking pretty strong out there. There's a lot of cars that are limping around.
All right, let's go to a replay, complete with effects. Doink. Oh, that hurt. It's like hitting a post.
That was Tim Palacios. There he is. Got one tire down.
And I think Mike Doyle Jr. is still a player in the... Oh, Palacios. The dynamite cab just got it broadside.
That's car number 88. That's another one of our earlier qualifiers. We got most of our early qualifiers in here, Steve. That's Ken Howitt.
And Terry Fannin was out there to play.
Those guys are doing a great job. No question. Uh-oh. More smoke.
And there's Doyle, the 70 car. There's
number
Doyle.
70. There he is.
Jamming his way through with those pirate flags. He is poisoned. Ooh. Western States Demo Derby champion, and you can see why. Now looking for the World Championship.
Uh-oh. We got a Canadian that snuck back in there. Car 429 right there, the blue station wagon. I think that's 429 if we get it. There he is. See him?
Yep, you're right. 4077. He's had it. That's Michael Slaney from Martinez, California. Third-generation Derby driver, but he's going to win a World Championship on this night.
I take it back. That was 429 Terry Fannin from Ohio.
Fannin has almost been the stealth car out there. The judges, I'm sure, have been noticing, but we have maybe not taken him a little for granted. Those bumpers just fell off of Doyle's car. He'll be needing that, Doyle.
Here he comes. There he is.
Fannin.
Terry Fannin. Elmer.
Where did he come from? USA. Don't have to worry about that anymore.
No.
And to our Canadian viewers, and TNN has plenty of them. This is all in the spirit of good fun. The red flag is out. Is it over, or is just the red flag out? Car number 75 has brought out the red flag, and wisely so. That's Rob Baker from Des Moines, Illinois. And apparently, Rob's not perfect inside there. There is the checkered flag. Is he waving it or just carrying it? He's waving it. He waved it now. He waved it right under his arm. It's over. So, oh man, do you envy the judges in this?
I don't know, but I hope Rob's okay down there.
Yeah, that's our main concern right now. We'll be back with a report on Rob and tell you who the world champion is right after this.
Demolition Man.
When it comes to choosing the right motor oil, let's make something perfectly clear. Introducing 3 new oils from Quaker State, specially formulated for the vehicle you drive. Synthetic blends for hard-working engines and high-horsepower engines. A full synthetic for ultimate engine protection. Extra filtered with patented micro-Q filtration to ensure your oil starts clean for a difference you can see and trust. So when it comes to protecting your vehicle, why take a chance? Quaker State. The choice is clear.
In the beginning, before co-payments and HMOs ruled the earth, there were herbs, and the people sang their praises. Herbs like ginkgo biloba and golden seal, St. John's wort, ginseng, and one called echinacea. Hundreds of the finest herbs tested for purity and potency can still be found at over 3,000 general nutrition centers, a place where knowledge and information help the people live happily ever after. GNC. Live well.
They call me the Intimidator. When I'm cooking, I'm unbeatable. Give the folks what they came for. Give them the money's worth. I'm friendly. Just don't cut in front of me.
Split-fire spark plugs are performance.
With Split-Fire, it's money-back guaranteed performance. And guaranteed performance has made Split-Fire a winner around the world. Now we're ready for you with the biggest savings ever. Hurry, this pricing ends soon.
Glade Plug-in's Extra Outlet has the extra outlet built right in. So you can make any room in your home Glade fresh without blocking your outlets. Plug-in's Extra Outlet, fresh from Glade.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Who is the first ever world champion demolition derby driver? First, let's watch these replays. Oh, man, Dan Pastorini, those are shots.
That's our in-car camera from number 99. That's Joe Reyes. Here's, ooh.
Maybe you never even saw that hit through the steam. Doyle, the number 70 car, was just awesome.
Doyle's done a great job tonight, and there's our friend Tim Palacios, another in-car camera.
And both of them are still candidates for the World Championship. We're going to know here momentarily. I'm sure their family and friends and fans at home and around the country would like to know, so would we. But understand how difficult a judging task this is. And every judge has a little different quarter of the field. And there is the Determinator, and down there with him is Bobby Gerald.
And we are standing on the victory platform here at the Intergalactic Crunch-Off, and Dutch, the world is waiting. Let's start. Maybe they are, Steve. Let's start with third place.
Third place was car number 50. He caught on fire, but he was scored so highly during the first half and 3/4 of it. Car number 50 is third place.
That's Tim Heffley. So Tim Heffley gets third. All right, who is the first runner-up?
First runner-up is car number 36.
Number 36 is the runner-up, and the winner and the Intergalactic Crunch-Off champion
is car number 70.
Mike Doyle, the wild card, does it all the way from the very first heat race. He was able to keep it going, and he is going to be a rich boy, Steve Evans.
And remember how confident he was after that first heat when the big question was, can a wild card beat up old machine come out here and run with the world's best? The answer is yes, and we'll be back to talk with him.
Dashboard, there goes your bumper. Better get the record.
Dear Mom, camp is rough. Being out in the wild sure makes a kid hungry. But the sandwiches we got just aren't enough and makes me homesick for you and a hot bowl of Campbell's tomato soup.
Nothing turns an ordinary sandwich into a hot, satisfying meal like rich, wholesome Campbell's tomato soup.
Mom?
I brought you something for those sandwiches.
Wow, tomato soup. You're the best, Mom.
Campbell's makes everything
better.
Whoa, big fella. That's not what skillets are for. Come on, move those paws.
Denny's has these big new breakfast skillets starting at $3.99.
Like the tasty farmer skillet, the garden fresh skillet, and the meat lover skillet. Right up your alley. Now, what have we learned?
It's better to eat from a skillet.
Right.
Then hit you with it.
Ouch.
All across America, when folks need dependable heating, they call Bryant to the rescue. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Come on, Bryant, and rescue me.
Well, the only little person on Earth that could have slept through the intergalactic crunch-up besides Tim Wilson is that little sweetheart right there. But I tell you what, I think everybody's just a little bit weary, still pumped up, but what a night it has been. The anticipation, Dan Pastorini, wears you out as much as the actual action itself. And here's the big three, big guy.
Number 70, Mike Doyle Jr. wins it. And second place, 36, Tim Palacios. And third place, number 50, Tim Heffley. And let's go down to Tim.
Down to Tim Wilson. I'm standing here with the number 2 in the world Demolition Derby driver, and this is an amazing story considering you had to run in a heat and your car was all tore up before you started.
Thanks. Yeah, I know all these drivers out here, I want to take my hat off to all these guys. They brought a lot of good cars. They're really well driven. They ran good, and it just, I got lucky. I drove my heart out, and that's all you could do.
I'm proud right now because I took a sledgehammer and helped you get it ready.
Almost, huh? One more hit, we would have done it.
So I was a part of this victory myself. I bet Bob Gerald can't say that.
I cannot say that, but one thing I can say is that maybe at a supermarket near you, you will see Mike Doyle walking through the market with a sign or a shirt on that says Intergalactic Crunch-Off Champion. Mike, nice job. How hard was it?
It was hard. A lot of good drivers, good cars out there. I used the driving to my advantage. I only hit the shots that I thought would help me out. Tried to shy away from the other ones that are going to hurt me, and everything worked out really well.
You said before the start of the race that you had to protect the right side of your car, and obviously you were able to do that.
I was able to, but there were some drivers that got a hold of it. It's hurting bad. They were very good. They were looking. They knew where to hit. They did an awesome job. Everybody here is a winner in my eyes. I just got lucky enough to take it.
Was this truly an intergalactic crunch-off?
Hey, I believe it was. I see a lot of good drivers, good built cars. I think they're excellent. Yep, I do believe it was.
Congratulations, Mike Doyle, the 1997 Demo Derby champion, undisputed. Steve Evans.
And he will wear the mantle well. Yes, Michael, celebration tonight. And that was one of the final shots for Mike Doyle that iced the World Championship. We're going to be back with more Demolition Derby next year here on TNN. If you'd like some information, Creative Producers Group, 8919 West 24th Street, L.A., California, 90034. Promotional consideration provided for and a fee paid by Crane Cams. We thank them for all season, the guys down in Hallandale, Florida. And also promotional consideration from the Spar family, B&M Racing and Performance Products in the San Fernando Valley of Southern California. Wagner was along for the ride through most of the season with their Wagner Power Painters. And again, on behalf of the racers that received those awards, they thank you. We thank you. Chrome plating on those beautiful trophies by Totally Polished Newberry Park, California. Also, JBW Precision Inc. and Gallardo's Automotive. Fabulous trophies these guys will keep forever. The money they spend, the trophies they keep. Produced for TNN by the Creative Producers Group. For all of us here in San Jose, my man Dan Pastorini, Bobby Gerald, and Tim Wilson, I'm Steve Evans. Back to Charlotte.